Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a cloudy start to the day with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. A high of 70 degrees, and then tonight, temperatures dropping down into the low 50s. For the Fox Sun weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer. Traffic can slow you down, and so can COVID-19. Don't delay. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you're at high risk, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com, sponsored by Pfizer.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Potsdok scores! A stay with it play by Morgan Geeky. And it rattled around into the crease. And as so often happens, an opponent's goal. The Los Angeles Lakers win the first NBA Cup. They are champions of the inaugural in-season tournament. Purdy, fake, has a man wide open, it's caught. Kittle, penalty flag. Kittle on the way to the end zone, it's a touchdown, but let's see what the penalty is.
Yeah, I don't think the penalty's going to matter. I think Julian Love, the safety, came up and knew he was beat.
Result of the play is a touchdown, holding defense number 20.
So the Cardinals will come out of their bye week, and they will start getting set for the NFC West, leading 49ers, as you just heard, as they took care of business yesterday, as we bring you back some of the highlights from the weekend. Suns, they're going to resume their 5-game homestand tomorrow night. Chris Paul and the Warriors. Chris Paul's been injured. Not sure if he's going to go, but we'll get into that quite a bit over the course of the next few hours. And Sun Devils are off until Saturday as they square off with TCU in Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome in, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. We're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona for another tailgate, a Monday tailgate. 2 games tonight, Giants and Packers, and then Titans and Dolphins. Both those games on same time tonight. Doubleheader here at the CAZ Sportsbook. For our cash, for our game that we do with our jackpot close to $3,000, we will be doing the Titans and the Dolphins game. So that's the game that we'll be doing the props, doing the squares, and giving away the cash on each kickoff. So we encourage you to come on down to join us, have some fun out here. This is our next to last Monday for the year, and then we'll take a break until Super Bowl, and then we'll tell you what we'll be doing for our big game Super Bowl festivities. But good weekend, boys.
Oh, great weekend. Yeah. Always good to see some good football and some bad football overall.
Bad football.
Some bad football. It's interesting. We do our dogs and our picks on Thursday and Friday. The national football, you just never know. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, Detroit's got to get back on a roll. They're going to go into Chicago and just hammer the Bears. Not so fast, my friend. They got hammered. Mm-hmm. And then that barn burner in Las Vegas. Oh, what was the first 1-2 wins that game?
I wish it was, because then my dog would have covered. I had the Raiders +3, and it was 3-0.
How about that? The Vikings pull out a squeaker, win that game 3-0. And then the Suns go down, the Oats go down, ASU goes down, and not a good weekend for all the Phoenix folks. And good to watch the next opponent, watch the Niners a little bit and see how they, as they get ready to invade, literally, they will invade State Farm this Sunday, taking on the Cardinals at 2:05 kick.
You also heard the highlight the Coyotes, as they've taken 2 losses in a row. They lost to Boston on Saturday. They will go at it again tonight. They got Buffalo. It's their 3-game road trip against the Sabres, and they lost 5-3. They've dropped 2 straight since winning 5 in a row. So they sit at 13, 11, and 2. ASU football, they've landed several football transfers, and they got a big one today. Quarterback from Michigan State who was I think he was a redshirt freshman or true freshman, played in 4 games. So it allowed him to be able to play this year, transferring. He can play right away, but he will go up against him. And I don't have his name written down. For
Jaden Rashada.
No, the guy.
That's fine
because it just happened. So I'm still prepping here. Levitt will get a shot to go up against Rashada, and that should be a nice battle there. And we'll see for now. I bet things will change. There'll be another quarterback that'll come in the mix. There's like 60, 70, 80 in the quarterback.
Well, I can tell you one more is going to enter this afternoon, too. Ty Thompson of Oregon.
Well, he already did.
He's officially today.
Yeah, he already
officially
did.
today.
I'm talking about for Arizona State. So you look at if they'll get another quarterback. I mean, would a local kid want to come here? And
well,
play?
I know that issue is hard on Tyler Shuck when he was looking to be placed before Tyler accepted with Louisville. They were really looking to get Tyler. I think Tyler wanted to go somewhere where he has a pretty good chance to win, like right now, with one more year. Yet to be seen if
for Thompson,
for Ty Thompson is. I'm sure there's an interest there. They are aware that he is available, and I talked.
Do they have enough money?
Well, I
do you have that conversation with your kids?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
No, do you have that conversation with your kids?
I have the conversation with their family.
And do you guys, and I know you're not going to tell me what the number is, but do you actually talk about?
Yeah, we do.
This kid wants $250,000, or he wants $100,000, or he wants a car, he wants all that. Is it that detailed?
It is pretty detailed. Yeah, Tyler gave me an idea of the ballpark with the 5 Tyler Shuck of the teams that what they were offering, kind of ballparkish for those 5 schools that were after Tyler Shuck. And the money was very good, but he also was looking at a situation.
So let me ask you, what is considered very good?
Well, I mean,
I know you can't give me the number, but you could give me a range.
I think a range is anywhere from $85,000 to $300,000, $400,000. Yeah,
God.
Yeah, it's pretty good money, and
that's for that kid.
And you think of some of those things. And then for Ty Thompson, the interesting story with Dylan Gabriel going there, the number what I'm been told is close to $1 million for him to come for his last year at Oregon. And then Ty was making, you can imagine, way less than that. And he thought he was the odds-on guy to be competing.
Kids. So we're talking about how much they made last year.
Yeah. And Rock's funny you said that.
It's just wrong.
Because his dad, Ty Thompson's dad, and I were talking about, the money and all that kind of stuff. And we're like, I said, boy, Ty. And Ty was a minor league baseball player, had a chance to go to the bigs. Dirk, his dad, played baseball in the Giants organization. And we were sitting there talking about our era versus now and values and money. And we were just happy to get a scholarship.
Oh, sure.
And go to school for free and get a chance to play and then move on. He said, but it's really a whole different ballgame from the standpoint of where you go, how you go, and how the money is distributed.
So Tyler Thompson leaves Oregon. Dylan Gabriel leaves Oklahoma to go to Oregon.
Yes.
This is just crazy.
Yeah, and that's the thing I don't understand is he has a hell of a deal, literally, NIL wise, and playing at Oklahoma, being Dylan Gabriel.
That's what I thought.
Why are you leaving there? Why are several guys leaving? We talked about the young man from Ohio State. I mean, you went 12-1. You lost one game. You're the dude. You're the guy. Why are you leaving? But I think, Rock, this is what I think happens. These guys start to have successful years, and all of a sudden they want to go put themselves on the open market, so to speak, the free agent market, and see if they're going to get any more. But I'm like, why would you leave a school like Ohio State or Oklahoma or here or there, or for Will Howard's case, K-State, knowing you're going to have a good year, you're going to make pretty good money, is beyond me. And I know that Will Howard was headed to Southern California, I believe, this morning. He's on tour for 3 or 4 different schools.
Tour.
He's in the jet flying around to different places.
So here's the scenario on that, and that is that next year Oklahoma's playing in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Next year Oregon's playing in the Big Ten.
Yes.
So he is still making an appearance at one of the so-called preeminent Power 5 conferences.
Yeah. And most of the guys that are going to Power 5 conferences.
Right. Yep.
And I know a lot of teams that have reached out to Ty's dad are good teams. Don't get me wrong. And it's just a matter of going to the right spot. Money is, for some of these guys, money is one thing, but going to the right spot and having a chance to win, key phrase there, win, and be successful. And a lot of them, I know with Ty, he just wants to have competition he can trust, he's going to get a shot. And Ty's the same one. He's like, look, I'm not looking to go and demand to be the starter. All I want is a fair shot. And a lot of these guys, the reason why they leave is they're not going to get a fair shot, because if there's a kid come from Oklahoma that's making this amount of money, you're pretty sure he's going to be starter. And then when you confront the head coaches about, okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
Let me connect the dots. So you're saying I am going to be competing, or he's the guy? Ty, yeah, let me, and that's how it went down. They've had to fess up.
Just the money is so sick, and these kids say, oh, they want to go to some place where they're going to win. But they're not winning the entire season, because once the bowl season comes around, they all go in the transfer portal, and they don't play in that bowl game. If you're not in the playoff, what's the sense of playing?
It's like Bama's backup
or saying that, hey, you're looking to compete.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest, kids. You're looking to get paid.
Well, some of them are. The older ones, I think. I know in Tyler Shuck and with Chubb, they want to go somewhere they have a good shot to play. They got a full ride. They got paid well. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But, I mean, a lot of it is in order to get that next step. What gives me the best chance, in Tyler Shuck's case, going to Louisville, for me to help have a good career, good conference, and help myself get to the NFL? Because he'll hopefully be drafted next year. And with Ty, he's got 2 years, maybe 3 left, to go and be stabilized as a starter for a couple of years and enhance himself, hopefully going to the National Football League.
By the way, on the national level, you heard it on Saturday that the biggest Major League Baseball free agent is staying in Los Angeles. Shohei Ohtani announced that on Instagram that he signed a 10-year, $700 million contract. I know there's a lot of different takes on this. Hey, I think we all knew that the Dodgers were going to be the team.
Sure.
But it all threw us for a loop on Friday when Toronto was being rumored, and we'll discuss a little bit that later, because I know Shu has some things to say about that. It's just, and if you were listening to us on Friday, and every station was doing the same thing, everyone was reporting that Toronto Blue Jays were getting them. That was the rumor. That was the hot rumor. And I think these journalists need to be called out for their mistakes.
Agreed.
And I don't know how you do that. I don't. But what's his name from MLB?
Nightingale.
No, he's USA.
John Morosi.
John Morrissey.
Morrissey.
I mean, he was the one that was pretty blatant in his tweets.
Adamant.
That was, hey, he's getting on a plane and all this stuff.
Yes.
And so
Nightingale ripped him, and also said that the integrity of journalism in Major League Baseball is in the toilet.
It is.
Because he could confirm he was not
correct
on a plane
that is right.
heading out. Now, there was negotiations between Toronto and Ohtani, and the rumor had it, and he even wrote that Toronto's in the ballpark of competing salary-wise, but not that kind of a ballpark, not $700
we have
million.
plenty of time to talk about that. We will get into our Valley Chevy sounds of the weekend next, as we just gave you the headlines for this hour, brought to you by the CAZ. Monday night tailgate, watch the game, bet the game. We do it every Monday, only 2 more weeks of doing it. Kickoff challenge, which is over $2,800. We got props, we got squares. It's all free, so come on down for the Titans and Dolphins. But next, our Valley Chevy sounds of the weekend here on Fox Sports 910.
It's official. KEZ has turned on the Christmas music. Christmas music throughout the season on 99.9 KEZ. Powered by Elements Massage.
The Monday night tailgate party with Fox Sports 910 has been a huge success, especially with their new sports book. Are you getting your share of the cash? That's the Fox Sports 910 guys every Monday from the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow as they now have their own secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., just ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu and get special pricing. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket, just like our customer, Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan, depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Ready to change your phone service? You got to check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low-priced service and a brand new iPhone every year. And Boost Infinite's new technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1. So you get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one can do that except Boost. Switch today at boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time for the Valley Chevy Dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
So as we recap NFL Week 14, which was led by Dak Prescott, he threw for 271 yards and a couple touchdowns as they beat up on the Eagles pretty good, 33-13. That was the Sunday night game, so they're both now 10-3. Vikings took down the Raiders. Big one in this one. Big score, 3-0. Lowest scoring NFL game since 2007. Yeah, the Bills edging the Chiefs. You'll hear more on that by a field goal to keep their playoffs hopes alive. And the 49ers crushed the Seahawks for their 5th straight game. Tonight, we'll wrap up with a Monday night doubleheader as the Dolphins will host the Titans. Game's in Miami. And then the Packers are in East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the New York Giants. But let's get to our sounds last night. We had a great walk-off, a 76-yard punt return touchdown for a walk-off win in the Baltimore's win.
Tyron Wallace from the 25. Tyron Wallace breaks out of a tackle, takes it down the sideline. He stays in bounds. He stays on his feet. He takes it all the way and ends the game. There are no flags.
Yeah, Tyron Wallace just got back to, playing, on Sundays, and here he is, punt return, and walk-off in overtime, 37-31.
And to stay in bounds on that sideline,
He almost fell there.
I'm like, you almost kind of trip. But how about the Rams? The Rams are legit folks. I mean,
They are. Yep.
Take the Ravens.
That's right.
Into
Covered
overtime.
that 7.5, baby. Let's go.
Finally mixing a win. Did you, Shu? I'm glad.
Yeah, I picked up my underdog, baby. 2 in a row for me back here.
So heads up. I guess they got to win out the last 4 for them. But they're playing good football to see that they're coming around. Everybody's staying healthy, and the Ravens had to come back in that bad boy to win that. You take it to overtime.
Hello, controversy to the end of the Chiefs-Bills game, and I don't think rightfully so. There should be any controversy here, but all the morning shows are all over it, and we were talking about Kadarius Toney's penalty that negated the Chiefs' go-ahead touchdown, which was part of a Kelsey lateral, which was pretty cool. We're going to play it, and then we'll talk about the offsides, which everybody's getting into today.
They came after him on the last one. I don't think they'll sit back consistently.
Here they come again. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage as the pass is to an open Travis Kelce, who flings it back over to Tony. My goodness, this is going for a touchdown.
This is not a design play. Kelsey's always looks around as if he's a quarterback, and he does this. And I can't believe it. I think it's coming back.
Number 19, offense, lined up in the neutral zone.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. Second down.
At a Cleveland Heights High School in Ohio, an old quarterback threw a perfect spiral for what looked like an improbable touchdown.
It just can't happen. These receivers can't get out of the way of hurting the team too many times at the end of the game.
And then after the game, we saw what Patrick Mahomes did on the sideline. Threw his helmet, was very, very emotional in the sense of, yelling and screaming. Here he is. Let's skip this to number 3 there, Shu. And here he is talking about this play being called back.
It's obviously tough to swallow. Not only for me, but just for football in general. Just to take away greatness like that. For a guy like Travis to make a play like that, and who knows if we win. But as I know, as fans, you want to see the guys on the field decide the game. And that's why last week I didn't say anything about the flag that didn't get called on Marquez. And so, they're human, man. They make mistakes. But, it's every week we're talking about something, and all I can do is go out there and give everything I have, and I'm proud of the guys because that's what we did, and it was a great football game that ended – another great football game that just ended like that. It's just tough to swallow.
Tony was in the neutral zone. As a quarterback, we always make sure that as far as alignment is concerned, your last job is to make sure everybody's lined up properly. And if he sees somebody, he was head, foot in the neutral zone, you tell him to back off, because if he didn't check over to the sideline at the official and say, hey, am I good? Am I good? And the official will nod, yeah. If you don't do that, then it's up to the quarterback to make sure you're lined up properly. There's many times I've told guys to back off, or for the outside guy to come up and this guy to back off. You only allowed two people on the line to cover up. So that was on Mahomes. I'm sorry. That was on Mahomes. Everybody's making this big deal, this great play. Yeah, it's a great play, but it's illegal. Okay, number one. He was in the neutral zone lined up. I don't understand what the big deal is. And I think that Patrick Mahomes, matter of fact, he's come back and apologized for his tantrum and his outburst, because I think once he and Andy Reid saw the tape, that they basically, he's in it. Everybody that is knowledgeable, great place, but it's illegal. It's like a couple throws. I forgot who it was. Oh, it was Locke throwing beyond the line of scrimmage last night or yesterday in the San Francisco game. That's illegal. Completion's got to come back. So those are things, a lot to do about nothing here because of the tantrum that Mahomes threw on the sideline, which I thought, quite frankly, when I saw that tantrum, I don't think it was about the play. I think there's more to that tantrum with Patrick Mahomes. There's more going on there, at least the frustration, the season, losing in a row. Just a lot of stuff I think boiled over with him on the sideline, and that was his excuse to go off and to throw the helmet.
I think you're right about that. I think there's a lot
going
on.
There's more to that.
There's a lot going on in that Chiefs locker room. Jax, let me ask you, because you're just fresh off of playing.
You're the resident receiver.
Yeah, the Montana Grizzlies, and you were in the slot lots of times.
They won.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Was it drilled into your head to check with the quarterback or check with one of the officials when you got to the line of scrimmage?
Oh, you got to check with the ref. You can't check with the quarterback because he doesn't have the same perspective of where he's at. You just got to make sure that you're aligned there. And it's annoying because sometimes it can take a while where you're trying to figure it out with the ref and, maybe they're trying to get the play going and stuff like that. But it's rare you see a wide receiver that's already aligned over the ball because it's easy, especially where Tony was. He was lined up in the slot right next to the tackle.
Right.
Damn near his helmet was touching Von Miller's helmet. So it's rare to see that. But if you're Mahomes, you got to sit back and it's all on him. It's all on Mahomes. And then with the referee wise, maybe there was a warning before, maybe there wasn't. Who knows? But if you're Kadarius Toney, I know you want to go fast. I know it's under 2 minutes, but you've got to get aligned.
Does this tarnish the reputation of Patrick Mahomes the way
it was very uncharacteristic.
Had that outburst?
No, yeah, I think
because he's the league's darling.
Sure. I mean, I think in QB, the quarterback last year, we saw him get emotional at times, but not so much like that. He got on his guys here and there, but that was a damn tantrum and outburst. That's why I think, guys, I don't know. I just see there was a little more to that than just that one play.
Yeah.
No, it was a hell of a play. We agree, but it'll go down the annals of a great play that never happened. This is something you never saw this, guys.
Right.
But unfortunately, but I think there's more to it. I think that's him going back and seeing some bad calls the last couple of weeks. I think it boiled over.
I think it did.
And he just was frustrated.
And to be perfectly honest with you, after they play next weekend, and if they are a winning football team, this will just be wiped under the rug like it never happened.
And that blue line is good for the team perspective to show people he's literally in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The NFL news cycle lasts 24 hours. It really does. It doesn't last any longer.
No,
we're not. I mean, they're already tomorrow. All the shows are going to be talking about the upcoming weekend.
He's apologized.
And 2 games tonight. 2 games tonight.
So they'll talk about those 2 games tonight,
tomorrow,
and then it's Wednesday, and it's what happened last week. I mean, you move on from there. Hey, our sounds of the weekend are brought to you by our Valley Chevy dealers. Chevy, let's drive together. See your local Valley Chevy dealer today. Well, former Arizona State and NFL quarterback Rudy Carpenter is going to weigh in on the newest transfer portal move from Michigan State. We're going to talk to him about that. Get his thoughts on Jaden Daniels winning the Heisman Trophy. He won another award today, too, so he will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Coyotes coach Andre Tourney said defenseman Sean Dursey will be a game-time decision for tonight's game with the Sabres. Carl Van Milke in goal. Arizona stays number 1 in the new USA Today men's basketball coaches poll after beating Wisconsin in their only game last week. The Suns back to action with tomorrow's contest against the Warriors. Bradley Beal could make his return from a back injury. Kevin Durant's status unknown due to a sprained ankle. The Cardinals out of their Week 14 bye to get ready for the Niners this week. Michigan State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is committed to ASU football. He'll compete with incumbent Jaden Rashada for the starting job. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bob
Bauer and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball. Onward to victory.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience
2-1 this weekend on our picks
to recover money for your
I hit the
insurance.
No, I'm sorry. I went 1 and 2.
Won't put up a fight.
I whiffed on both Jets picks, but I'm okay with that.
They know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 97719.
No. I bet every weekend, so I don't need to bet while I'm there.
When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Got money on that.
The anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money.
He's there.
And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough stuff.
I've got 2 parlays that include the Dolphins winning tonight.
Intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some
just a money line. They don't have to cover.
The comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor. While others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man
just need to win.
I know.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Here to talk football is former Sun Devil quarterback, who, by the way, went 3-1 against that team in Tucson.
Carpenter going to go up with time, steps up, looks end zone, got a man, McGahey, touchdown! Rudy Carpenter threw that right into the teeth, into the strength of the Wildcat defense.
Rudy Carpenter, now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Well, quarterbacks in the college football transfer portal have always been a point of discussion. A lot on this show because Manuch trains a lot of quarterbacks, as well as our next guest, Rudy Carpenter. But big news is always when a guy transfers and how he can change the entire program just by, being that top guy leaving another school. And we heard one today as quarterback Sam Leavitt. He is from Michigan State. He is transferred to Arizona State. He didn't play a lot last year. That's why he was a true freshman. He played a couple fourth quarter losses against Michigan and Minnesota, a couple drives against Nebraska, one against Maryland. That's really it. Didn't put up a lot. We don't know a lot about him other than he was a 4-star recruit out of Oregon. Rudy Carpenter joins us now. Talk about some of these guys. First, your thoughts on Sam committing to Arizona State. You know the quarterback world pretty well. Is he somebody that can give Rashada a run for his money?
Yeah, I think probably the most important thing about Sam Leavitt is that Kenny Dillingham is very comfortable with Sam. When Kenny was coaching at the University of Oregon for the season that he was there, he spent a lot of time recruiting Sam. So, I think, obviously Sam Leavitt and his family feel really comfortable with Kenny. Kenny knows the kid well. He's seen him play a lot. And I think, that relationship makes sense. I also know from talking to Kenny a ton, Kenny is very, very serious about the fact that he really likes Jalen Rashada. He thinks Jalen Rashada can be, a big-time quarterback. But Kenny's, always going to, make it an open competition and play whatever guy he thinks is going to give the team the best chance to win. And if you're a guy like Sam Levitt, that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah, I mentioned that a little bit earlier. A lot of these guys, money aside, they want to go where they have a chance to compete, number one. And number two, that it's a program that's got a good chance of winning as well. And I think that in Tyler Shuck's case, going to Louisville, that was the main part of his decision as far as going there. The other side of it too is when you look at some of these Heisman Trophy winners. We talked about Jaden Daniels coming from ASU to LSU, Kyler Murray, Texas A&M to Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts, Bama to Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, Texas Tech, Oklahoma. The benefactor of has paid off. So I got to imagine before they move on, they're thoroughly doing their due diligence for that returning team as well, I would think.
Yeah, I just think that, there's always been a negative, connotation on guys that transfer, like, oh, he's soft or he's a quitter or he doesn't like competition or all that stuff. To me, I've always thought that was, pretty ridiculous. And the reason why I think that is because quarterback is a unique position. Only one guy plays. And, I was involved in a situation myself where, the program might have two guys. They might have three guys that are legitimate Division I starters. And it's hard, to tell a kid, hey, be a good soldier, sit on the bench and wait your turn. And look, I guess there are a lot of people out there who think that that's what you should do. You should be a good soldier. You should wait your turn. That's how it was in the olden days, et cetera, et cetera. I'm a little bit different than that. I'm the type of dude that just feels like, man, there's not a lot of opportunity out there. There's just not. You never know when your time is going to be. And in my opinion, when it comes to the money situation and it comes to playing time situation, no one's going to fight for you better than you. No one's going to believe more than you. No one's going to, have a better feel for what you can do on the field as a player than you. And to me, I just feel like, hey man, the window of opportunity to play and to compete and to be a starter, there's an expiration date on it for everybody. And I just think that you got to go advocate for yourself and take advantage of as many opportunities as you can to play a game that we spend so much time on. One more thing. I mean, Dan, you see a lot of guys out there training. These guys train and train and train and train, and they train and they work so much and so hard for basically 13 days of playing a game. So to me, it's limited game time opportunities compared to how much you practice and train. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to let any of those pass me by. I'm going to get on the field as fast as I possibly can. And if you're the kind of person that's going to call me selfish, well, whatever. I'm going to go be a selfish starting rich quarterback.
Last week we talked a lot about what Matt Rule was talking about, $1 million to $2 million that these guys are getting. What is the number? What are the numbers, the ranges that you are hearing that these quarterbacks are commanding?
Well, I think what Matt Rule said was exactly right. For a big-time program like Ohio State or Notre Dame or, a USC or some of these big-time programs, yeah, you're going to see guys that only get $2 million, $2.5 million, whatever it may be, somewhere in that range. I mean, you see reports that, Marvin Harrison Jr. was offered somewhere in the realm of $20 million in total when you add up all of his NIL deals. I mean, I'll give you an example. There's a local quarterback here from Arizona that you guys all know, probably pretty well, who played at NC State, then transferred to Cal and is transferring again. And he literally just got off the phone with me 10 minutes ago saying he was just offered $300,000 to go to, probably the worst SEC school. But it was still $300,000. And this is a kid that has probably only started less than 10 games in his entire career.
Rudy, you made a great point about you have to look out for yourself. So I want to go to Jalen Daniels then. And you saw him play at Arizona State. He leaves. The fans trash him, all of that. So all he does is go to LSU and then this past season win the Heisman Trophy. Exponentially, what did you see in Daniels, how much improvement he made after he left ASU?
Well, I think naturally he made a lot of improvement, right? I mean, yeah. I think Jaden's an interesting situation. Did he become a better thrower? I don't think so. Did he become a better runner? I don't think so. And this is the conundrum to me. I think Jaden Daniels has always been a very, 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 very talented player. What he got at LSU is a whole bunch of big-time players around him. I mean, quarterback is the most dependent position in all of sports. You have the ball in your hand every single snap. There's this weird element to playing quarterback where it's almost like an individual game because you have so much attention on you all the time. But then there's the other side of it where you're so dependent on guys blocking, guys catching the football, the run game being able to get going, the defense being able to do X, Y, and Z. And, Jaden was a huge benefactor of already being supremely, supremely talented, but then being able to go play in the SEC with a lot of other great players. And then because he's in the SEC, he's put in a lot of big-time environments, in a lot of big-time moments, in a lot of big-time nationally televised games, which allows him to explode onto the market for the masses of people to be able to see him. Jaden Daniels, his situation is the reason why so many kids from California, so many kids from Arizona fly over all of those states and go play in the SEC. And that's because that's a place where you're going to get the absolute most exposure to be able to show the country, the Heisman voters, and everybody else who you are as a player. And to me, that's what's so sad. Go look at the number of great players in the SEC, the number of Heisman Trophy winners or whatever it may be, and go see so many of these guys come from the West Coast. And yet, the Pac-12 conference isn't even a conference anymore.
Rudy, we always love having you on, man. Thanks for the time today. Have a great week.
All right, guys. Take care.
Rudy Carpenter, breaking it down. How about that? $300,000. Oh, wow. Hey, he is brought to you by All City Towing. If you're looking for a new career, you're going to turn the calendar over into 2024 with a new job, then go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Well, getting dumped. Did you get dumped? Well, today's the top day here for breakups. Tell you all about that next. But first, football at 50. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Chris, we talked about this earlier this year, and I know I'm not trying to discount it or poo-poo that the wide receiving core is not that great. Ooh. We get that. But we also cannot say like Patrick Mahomes has nothing to do with it. He is not playing Patrick Mahomes football.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 5, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Tune in Mondays as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Guys are joined every week by the top guests in the business. It's a perfect mix of guests and sportstainment. That's Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
The fight starts now!
On Saturday, December 16,
legacy is decided in the desert.
Fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And a sizzling World Championship unification.
Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now.
Starting from just $30.
Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
Will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
The Arizona Gym Rats Boys Club basketball program at Legacy Park is having its winter season tryouts Wednesday, December 13th from 6 to 7 p.m. Open for 1st to 8th grade players and to all skill levels. Sign up by going to EliteSportsAZ.com. That's December 13th at Legacy Park.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Experience world-class service at a local, family-owned group of auto dealerships at Horn Auto. Horn Auto Group believes in giving back to the community and treating customers with old-fashioned service for the best experience and value. Check out horncars.com and their 14 locations in Arizona. Get a complimentary multi-point inspection to keep your vehicle running road ready. That's HORNE cars.com. You're at home with Horn.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always a crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio.
Well, back on this day, 38 years ago, 1985, the Super Bowl Shuffle by the Chicago Bears Shuffling Crew was released. Was the Super Bowl in January?
Yeah. They were very bold to put this out, Rock. They did.
Yeah, I mean, and that's nuts.
And the Pucky QB, Jim McMahon, did his on his own.
Yeah.
He didn't show up for the shoot, so to speak. I don't know if he was disinterested, he couldn't make it, whatever. So they did his whole thing by himself, and then they put this together. When we had Jim out here for the opening of Monday Night Tailgate that Thursday night, he was talking about that. He said, yeah, he goes, I had something. And I said, that's pretty bold for you guys to put this out there, and you're not even in the playoffs yet. He goes, we had a pretty damn good team. He was like, we had we weren't losing to anybody.
The Super Bowl Shuffle became one of the most popular videos played on, at that time, MTV.
Yep.
Yeah, and VH1 as well. And it was unbelievable.
Another football story, this courtesy of our friends at TMZ. Aaron Rodgers has been medically cleared for the Christmas Eve game there at MetLife. So the Commanders and Jets. I know.
Yeah, baby. Playoffs back on the menu, baby. Big win last night against the Texans. Let's go. Playoffs. Winning out.
Shu, according to your sources, is this true? I mean, is this really one of those
TMZ? What are they wrong?
He's not playing the season.
He's been cleared.
I don't. Okay, that's nice. They're going to be out of it after they lose to the Dolphins by 40 points this weekend. It's not going to matter.
Hey, Zach Wilson's back, Shu. Did you see what he did yesterday?
Oh, man, he did play well yesterday.
He
did. He quieted down the back page in New York for a day.
He looked like a real QB.
Yeah, he may be making the clipboard tomorrow. Who knows?
It is December 11th, and if the person you're with texts you and says, "Can we talk today?" Brace yourself.
I hated that.
You're more likely to get dumped today than any other day of the year. December 11th has been dubbed Breakup Day. And it's happened back in 2008 after someone analyzed Facebook status updates and found that a ton of people were breaking up exactly 2 weeks before Christmas. He also found that there was a trend of more breakups on Mondays in general. So it's a double whammy this year on the 11th. So experts say there's a few reasons. Holidays are stressful. You may have second thoughts about the person you maybe you're meeting their family. And there's a surprising number of us will break up just to get out of buying someone a gift.
Oh, that's cheap right there, man. That's cheap right
So
there.
there you have it.
And back in our day, it was they'd leave a voicemail. Hey, Dan. Hey, give me a shot when you can. Hey, we need to talk. And hey, I'm like, oh, that's just not good.
No,
that's just like, okay, you call them. Yeah, can we go meet? Yeah, let's go meet for a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. We've been going out to dinner for 6 months. It's like,
you just
then
text.
you just know.
You just text.
Well, back now they just text.
Yeah, just text.
Yeah.
Hey, also on this day, we're talking about Shohei Ohtani's contract of $700 million, but it seems like it was just yesterday that Alex Rodriguez signed the biggest contract in sports history. That at that time, which was 23 years ago, is a 10-year, $252 million, $250 million. Doubles the previous high of 126, which was paid to Kevin Garnett of the Timberwolves in the NBA. And that was a 6-year deal that he had signed in October of 97. How about that?
And the Rangers have thanked the Yankees ever since they picked
they
that contract up. After 5 years, they're like, wow, $25 million a year. And the folks there in New York loved it. But $25 million a year. And I think Pujols was on the cusp of that afterwards, and they signed the Angels signed him for $25 million a year as well.
So Mike Trout had the previous total record at $426.5 million, while Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer were tied for the number one in average annual value at 43.7. So now you look at this, 10 years, $700 million. So that breaks the records for total value and average annual value in the contract.
It's amazing that they just toss money around now like it's nothing. But I just can't
catch up to him.
Well, it will eventually. I mean, we always say that though.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember when the NBA started paying Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and everybody said, "Oh, it's going to dissolve. The NBA will be non-existent." Look what the guys make now. They did that in baseball. You referenced Trout. Then you referenced Pujols after the A-Rod deal. Baseball's going to die. The hell it's going to die. Look what's happening.
Well, think back.
It's never going to change.
And we did
never.
On this day last week, it was Barry Bonds' anniversary of his $43 million contract.
Correct.
6-year contract. And I think that I think what Ohtani's done is a favor for the Dodgers to defer. I don't know how many years he's deferred out, so they can make more deals eventually. So that $70 million might be, maybe it's 30 or 35 a year, and he just deferred it out another 20, 30 years, whatever, in order to give them cap space. Or there's no cap baseball. I mean, space for them to go, not pay the luxury tax quite so much, in order to go find more bodies as far as plug and play for the Dodgers.
Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid by the Mets.
I think he got his last check last year.
I think he's got another 2 years.
Sue, you're the attorney.
Am I right on that?
No, they're still paying that bad boy.
That's what I thought.
We got a couple more years on that thing.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with
3 minutes.
Ohtani, he's worth about $50 million a year to the Dodgers just in marketing and licensing. He brought in $25 million a year to the Angels, and now he's double that just by going across the street.
So essentially, that contract, if he's getting $70 million a year, I mean, we know that he's lengthened it out, but for this exercise,
just gross it up.
If he's getting $70
about $100 million a year.
So from that aspect, they've already paid half of his salary.
Yeah,
just with that, and maybe even more.
Well, they had
and again, nothing against Toronto. It's a beautiful city in North America. We know that, but this is where he belongs. And let's just be honest. This is where he belongs. If it's not here, it would have been New York.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rock. I think that's not only from the standpoint of marketing, but I mean that makes sense for him to be in the big metropolitan cities. I know that the Cubbies bowed out 2 weeks ago. They said, nah, too rich for our blood.
2 minutes.
But look at the Asian community there in LA and all the marketing. And
it's amazing now. You put him with Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, and Ohtani. that's winners of 5 MVP awards. 5.
Yep.
This is much-watched TV. It's a traveling show, right? I mean, wherever they go, there's going to be fans.
Sure.
Oh,
There's already sellouts when the Dodgers come in.
Yep.
Here, it's going to be even bigger. Everywhere he goes. This is going to help the small markets, too, that can't seem to draw. Miami will draw. Tampa Bay will draw if he's there. I mean, he was already drawn, but it's the Dodgers. You know,
And it's been the Dodgers for a long time, gentlemen.
Well, then these contracts really last.
But I mean, as
that
far
long.
as them, I mean, you speak of those players. I mean, I think year in, year out, they'll be vying, I think, easily for the National League West
They already
on
have.
a year in, year out basis.
They
But
already
yeah,
have.
but on top of
What,
that,
17.
the owners are like, okay, we need to finally close this deal. All right, Dave,
One
we're going
minute.
to go get you one of the biggest bats who eventually in about a year you can use as a pitcher too if you want, which I think they will. Once he's
I agree with
healed
that, too.
up, I think they get him in the rotation
Yep.
eventually, not in 2024, but 2025 and then beyond. Some because Kershaw, you know, who knows? He may be done this year, maybe done, retire, go off in the sunset, and who's there to replace him is Ohtani to go ahead and
I'm
replace him.
curious if our next guest, Jerry Harrison Jr., is a color analyst for Spectrum Television. They are the ones that carry the Dodgers.
30.
I mean, every Dodger game is now going to be broadcasted live in Japan, not taped. It's going to be live. So we'll ask him if he's going to head over to Japan and start covering games
20.
there. Why not? And will they have games? Will
That's
they
a
do
good idea.
exhibition
They
games
might.
over there?
They might could.
Jerry Harrison Jr. is next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Appreciate you hanging out with us today here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fooey, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free. Never sounded so good.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Arizona retains the top spot of the latest USA Today men's basketball coaches poll after beating Wisconsin in their only game last week. Coyotes coach Andre Tourney said defenseman Sean Dursey will be a game-time decision for tonight's contest with the Sabres. Carl Milka will be in goal. Michigan State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is committed to ASU football. He will compete with incumbent Jaden Rashada for the starting job. The Suns get back to action with tomorrow's contest against the Warriors. Bradley Beal expected to make his return from a back injury. Kevin Durant's status is unknown due to his sprained ankle. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a cloudy start to the day with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. A high of 70 degrees, and then tonight, temperatures dropping down into the low 50s. For the Fox and Weather Experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in mornings, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
History, and it will be the greatest attraction in the game. Will continue, and it will continue in Los Angeles. Joining us now on the right toilet guest line, LA Dodgers TV analyst and World Series champion Jerry Harrison Jr. Jerry, this was just a matter of time, right? You knew this was always going to happen. That BS about Toronto, that never had anything going, did it?
Well, you never know. Throughout the whole process, especially if you're a free agent like Shohei Ohtani, you're going to make sure you cover all your bases, especially in free agency. You look at all your options, but I said it, a week ago, if I was him, there's no other place to play than the Los Angeles Dodgers. LA, great weather all the time. The stadium is packed. You got passionate fans. You get to stay at home if you want to, because he's got a home in Newport Beach, not too far from LA. And you get a chance to join a team that already has Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, a team that has proven to be in the postseason just about every year and many, many more years to come. So I thought it was the perfect fit for Shohei Ohtani. He thought the same thing.
Hey, when it comes to the 10 years, $700 million, how much do you know it's good? How much is deferred?
There's a lot of money deferred for many years. I don't know the exact amount that is deferred, but I heard it's pretty substantial. The one thing that I had heard from a couple reliable sources is that he had presented this contract of deferring money to the Dodgers because he said he wants to win. He wants them to be aggressive in the free agent market or the trade market to add other pieces. So he's allowing the Dodgers to do so. That's why he wanted to defer the money, which really, guys, if you break it down, ESPN did a breakdown last season that in the neighborhood of 70 to 80 million, he generates revenue for the Anaheim Angels. Now, we all know the Angels are a really good organization, a major league franchise, but they're not the Dodgers. They're not the iconic brand like the Dodgers, a global brand like the Dodgers. So if he's bringing that much money every year to the Angels, how much more so is he going to be bringing to the Dodgers on a global scale? So if you really break it down, the numbers, it's actually a team-friendly contract because we're talking about a guy who is the Babe Ruth of this generation, the best athlete on the planet, without question, a guy who throws 100 miles an hour, hits 500-foot bombs, has incredible speed, 6'5", about 225 pounds, just a dynamic athlete. And so many eyes now will be on Dodger Stadium globally.
Joe, I can imagine that after next year that he'll be a part of that starting rotation. But in the meantime, DH, maybe he spells Freeman at first base, maybe he goes to the outfield. How much will they utilize him? I know they'll probably play him almost every other day. As far as in the field, or he be strictly the DH?
He's going to be strictly the DH. Now, he's a good enough athlete to play the outfield or first base, but Freddie Freeman plays first base every day, Gold Glove caliber first base. But you got to remember, he just had Tommy John surgery.
Right.
so we don't want him throwing the baseball at all. So having him DH every single day, penciling him in the lineup. I have a feeling he'll be the 2-hole hitter, hitting behind Mookie Betts, hitting in front of Freddie Freeman. That's a pretty good 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it is.
Where starting pitchers are going to have to deal with those 3 15 to 16, 17, 18 times a night. That's pretty fun.
All right. I'm real curious, Jerry, and I hope you can help me out. I'm not a doctor. I did stay at a Holiday Inn once, but try to help me here. And that is, if he just had the Tommy John surgery on his elbow, he's still going to swing the bat. Is there any concern from anybody in the Dodgers organization that swinging the bat would do injury again to that elbow? Or can you help me out how it all works?
That is a tremendous question. In 2005, I tore my UCL on my left elbow. If I was a left-handed thrower, I would not be allowed to play anymore. I'd have to have Tommy John surgery, and my season would have been over. But because I throw right-handed, I could. It's the same thing with Shohei Ohtani. Him being a left-handed hitter, he leads with that right arm. It doesn't affect him swinging the bat whatsoever. So he's going to be ready to go for the start of the season, and he'll continue to swing the bat and swing the bat like he did last season. And I said it a couple times, guys. If you look what he's done offensively, he is improving every single year with his average, his bat-to-ball skills, driving the baseball to the ballpark. So he was not only the best hitter on the market, you can make a case he is the best pitcher on the market when he's healthy. So this coming season will be the DH. And then moving forward in 2025, he will be a starting pitcher once again.
Yeah, Jared, it's interesting. You saw the report that Dave Roberts had met with him and his people, and you're just curious, those conversations. Obviously, they left the general manager as far as numbers are concerned. Was a lot of it to just what you said as far as utilization of him? How's your arm feel? And this is what our goals are for you, and maybe have a meeting of the minds with those goals before they put the final numbers together?
I've known Dave Roberts since 1997. We played against each other through the minor leagues, on through the big leagues, and obviously we have a great relationship now. When Dave Roberts was wrongfully criticized for speaking up and saying, yes, I'm not going to lie to you, we met with him.
Sure.
Everybody blasted Dave Roberts, and he should have said anything. Listen, you're Shohei Ohtani. You think that's going to hinder your decision by your future manager just saying, yeah, I met with him. Obviously had zero effect. Shohei Ohtani met with the Dodgers, and I had heard that one of the first questions he had asked the Dodgers is, I want to see your development. I want to see your farm system. I want to see the players you guys have in A-ball, AA, AAA, who's going to be coming up the pipeline. He wanted to really get to know the organization, the farm system, and what they had in place for not just this season, but for many, many years going forward. And for him to really break down this entire process and knowing, this is the place for me. This is the place for my family. I want to be here in LA and a Dodger for the next 10 years. There isn't an opt-out clause in his contract, so he's going to be with us for the next 10 years. I think it's the perfect marriage.
Jerry Hurston's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. So my follow-up to that is the sour taste in all of Dodger fans and the organization, has that left after you got booted so unceremoniously last year in the playoffs, now that Ohtani has signed?
No, it has not. And you know what? Actually, you kind of put it delicate. Booted is putting it lightly. The Arizona Diamondbacks, makes no mistake about it, and the Dodgers understand that. We got our butts kicked. We got swept. We did not play well. The D-backs played outstanding defensively, offensively, pitched well. They took it to the Dodgers. So you know what? I'd like to thank the D-backs for really kind of taking it to us, because it put everything on notice. Hey, man, we got to perform a whole lot better in the postseason. We're going to need the players to do so. We add Shohei Ohtani, and best believe the Dodgers are not done. They're going to be continually aggressive in the free agent market, possibly in the trade market to add. Because, listen, I don't think the D-backs are going away, guys. They're not going away. They're young, they're talented, they're confident, and they just added Rodriguez, and he had a pretty good year last year. He's a left-handed pitcher, too, so trust me. I think it's great for the game. the D-backs are not only here for a year, I think they're going to be here to stay for quite some time. So I think it's great for baseball, great for our division, and it upped the ante. It forces clubs to make changes and make sure you better have a great ball club heading into spring training and for the season.
Could there be a prodigal son coming back to the Dodgers, i.e. Cody Bellinger?
I never say never. Cody Bellinger had an incredible season. I'm so proud of him. He made some changes in his swing. He's finally healthy. It takes some time after that surgery, man, or that shoulder surgery to be fully healthy. He looked healthy last year, loved his swing, his bat path. He's, in my eyes, the best defensive center fielder in all of baseball. I think first base, he is elite at first base as well. So I hope Cody Bellinger gets paid. He deserves it. I know there's a lot of teams vying for his services. I don't know if it's LA. I don't know if it's going to be Seattle, Toronto, San Francisco. I don't know, but make no mistake. Whoever gets Cody Bellinger, they're getting an MVP player.
So you don't think he's going to stay with the Cubs?
You know what? When the Cubs just missed out on Shohei Ohtani, Blue Jays just missed out on Shohei Ohtani, all these other teams just missed out on the best free agent possibly in the history of the game. Everybody's in play now because now they're going to be aggressive. They got money to spend. So I wouldn't put it past the Cubs to come back and get Cody Bellinger, but Cody Bellinger is such a great player. A lot of teams are going to be vying for his services.
Dodgers, they're considered the best run organization in baseball. They've dominated the National League West for 11 years. They'll probably do it for another decade. Jerry, as always, man, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I know you're going to start getting all kinds of requests for hats and jerseys and, all kinds of stuff signed by him. Is the merchandise, the caps, all that. Oh, it's going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I may have to change my number, but I'm going to let you know my new number, Rock, because you still owe me Pebble Beach. It's been, 10 years? 12 years?
Give or take. Who's counting, Jerry?
Let me ask you this. Is there a deal? You've been traded a few times in the big leagues, right? And there's always some good deals, right? So what if it's like I throw in 3 rounds of different courses here in the Valley that would equal maybe 1 round at Pebble, just so we could play? Because, it's taking me 10 years.
Here, I'm going to help you out, Rob.
All right.
The only way you can get out of Pebble Beach, and I'll let that slide, is you have to promise me a round in Augusta with Tiger Woods. If you do that...
Oh, really? All right. I'll work on that one.
Slide. And I know Tiger Woods is listening. Tiger.
Yeah.
You listen to Roc and Manuch all the time. He's probably on the range right now, hitting balls, listening right now. Tiger, if you're listening, remember, I will let it slide if me and you play Augusta and Ross makes it happen.
Oh man, I played the Ritz-Carlton 2 weeks ago, which is where Tiger and his son are playing this week in that big tournament there in Orlando. So that's the closest I get you to Tiger is that place. But all right, I'll get on it.
I actually just played that course 10 days ago. So no, that doesn't count.
The Ritz-Carlton one
doesn't count.
Wow.
Yeah, I just played there.
Oh, I was there. I was just there too in Orlando. We may have been playing the same day. Nice track though. I like it. It was pretty. It was pretty open, but it was a good shape for a couple weeks before the tournament, which was expected. But great place, Ritz-Carlton. I can see how you roll, man. Ritz-Carlton. That's just man.
So you're not.
Jerry was just
Oh, Jerry, we raised
before
Jerry
he got to LA.
Yeah.
Before he got a TV guy, he's gonna be in Japan doing games. All right, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it as always.
All right, guys. Take care.
It's Jerry Harrison Jr., the real J Hare on Twitter. Check him out. Coming up, it's our Learner in a Row 1 call. It'll be a weekend wrap, and we'll go through what happened this past weekend. If you missed it, specifically college basketball. A lot happened there that we will pass along next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Casino, Arizona.
Sun Devil Hockey is on the road until 2024, heading to Pittsburgh next for a series with Robert Morris. Tune in Saturday at 4:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. for all the action here on Fox Sports 910, the home of Sun Devil Hockey.
Hi, this is Kelly Cooper. Picture this. You and your friends or family are gathered around a table, laughing, toasting, and sharing stories. At the Melting Pot, we're not just a restaurant, we're an experience. Are you ready to glow up your next birthday celebration? Look no further than the Melting Pot, where unforgettable moments are created and delicious memories are made. The Melting Pot is your perfect night out, where birthdays become memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, check us out online at meltingpot.com. That's meltingpot.com.
The Arizona Gym Rats Boys Club basketball program at Legacy Park is having its winter season tryouts Wednesday, December 13th from 6 to 7 p.m. Open for 1st to 8th grade players and to all skill levels. Sign up by going to EliteSportsAZ.com. That's December 13th at Legacy Park.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Have you heard about the new offer from PlumSmart? They're going to come to your home and do a free home energy efficiency report card. Now that we're past summer, PlumSmart can breathe a little bit, and they want to help you out by testing your home for leaks in your air duct. Did you know that 70% of all homes have leaks in their air duct? So if you want to get your free home energy efficiency report card from PlumSmart, go to itsjustplumsmart.com or call 480-654-8865. Tell them Jody sent you.
It's Macy's Great Gift Sale. Take an extra 20% off gift ideas from designers they'll love with your coupon or Macy's card. That's on top of great deals on women's sweaters, coats, and PJs, 25 to 50% off. Beauty essentials from Origins, Elizabeth Arden, and more, 25 to 40% off. And the season's hottest toys, 15 to 50% off. Plus, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Postlock scores. A stay with it play by Morgan Geeky. And it rattled around in the crease. And as so often happens, an opponent's goal. The Los Angeles Lakers win the first NBA Cup. They are champions of the inaugural in-season tournament. Purdy, fake, has a man wide open, it's caught. Kittle, penalty flag. Kittle on the way to the end zone. It's a touchdown, but let's see what the penalty is.
Yeah, I don't think the penalty's going to matter. I think Julian Love, the safety, came up and knew he was beat.
Result of the play was a touchdown holding. Number 20, that penalty was declined.
All right, let's get to a little recap from the weekend. That was your Lerner and Rowe one call for the weekend, that is. The Yotes, you heard that. They lost to the Boston Bruins 5-3 during that game, which dropped their record to now 13-11-2. They came in as winners of 5 of their last 6, as they had decisions over the last 5 Stanley Cup champs, the Knights, the Lightning, the Avalanche, the Blues, and the Caps. They didn't fold in any of those games, and they never went away. So they had a shot, but did come up short. Current NHLRumors.com, the saga of the Yotes could be winding down once and for all. There's been pressure that's been put on this organization from the NHL to get a new building for a team. And if they don't get one, the NHL may be forced to relocate them to another city. We've talked about that for the last 20 years. Salt Lake, Kansas City, Houston, even back to Atlanta. But right now, most recent report, Craig Morgan from PHNX, he said the Yotes are zeroing in on that new site and their new building over there in that land on the northeast of Phoenix, just adjacent to Scottsdale. but it looks as though something needs to happen in the next month and a half. And if it does not happen, then they are going to move on, because what the NHL wants to do is they want expansion, and they need to wait to see what happens for the Coyotes. If they figure that out, then I think the dominoes will start falling, and we will start seeing the NHL expand to past 32 teams.
I think more or less is they just want to see that not only are they just have a letter of intent, that there's something concrete that they can rely on and move forward on versus, well, we got this offer in, we got this letter of intent in, and this letter of intent in, and we're looking at this. The NHL is going, no, guys, we need to know if you've got a deal worked out, where that deal is. And you know what, Rock, you and I sit there, we've been following this forever, 20 years, the ups and downs. I think the NHL said, look, we love you, Phoenix. We'd love to keep you there, but we need you, Coyotes, to move forward in order to justify us to keep you there, because these other cities are probably ready, willing, and able, and they've got facilities, and they've got everything. They've got the skids greased for them to move. And
but they want expansion, though. They don't want relocation.
I know they don't.
Right. That's where they make their money.
I know they don't. But I mean, but the thing is, for this Yotes thing, they don't want them to be another 3 or 4 years over at the Mullet. They're like
the 2,800.
It's a bad look for
4,800.
the,
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's a bad look for the NHL.
It is a bad look. But Manuch, you talked about what those two properties are that they are looking at, and you felt that they were both suitable properties if they could get it done.
Yeah, and I think that with the land piece, the one that's up here in North Scottsdale, you know, that for the state trust, they typically take that to bid. Okay. So you might have 5 people interested. Well, the Yotes could lose the bid. I mean, there's that option.
Very easily. That area is hot.
Very hot. Very hot.
Extremely hot. I don't think it's a great place for an arena. I think it'd be just a cluster. You know what?
I prefer.
Traffic.
I think
down here where Casino Arizona is, and the talk of the Diamondbacks being on this partial land here on the Indian reservation, that makes the most sense.
And that is, and folks, that the land here, we're at Casino Arizona, is leasehold land. Mm-hmm. You lease it for 50 years or 100 years, which is viable. So that could be, and out here on the reservation, or if it is a reservation, or if it's if the one property south of the 202 and the 101 over there by
school.
Over by Chicago's facility, the Cubs training facility.
No, it's almost school 202.
Okay,
which
so
is just more southeast. If you go on the 202, where almost school is, there's a landfill area.
Yeah,
that's where it's now earmarked.
Another landfill, they clean that bad boy up in a heartbeat.
Yes,
so
they will.
They probably get a hell of a deal. But that, to me, I'm like you, Rock. It makes more sense.
Yeah, you have more highway.
It's
you got
better ingress,
202. Yes,
better ingress and egress.
I can only imagine how the 101 and the 51 will be just so tough. It's already a parking lot at 4:00 going west from all the people who live in the West Valley that work in the East Valley. So anyways, Phoenix Suns, they'll be back at it tomorrow. And here we are we're a quarter way through the regular season. The halfway mark of the season is January 19th, game 41. And I'm wondering, this team is 12-10, I think, 12-10. And we haven't seen the big three on the court yet. We don't know when we're going to see the big three. We thought maybe it could be tomorrow. You know, Bradley Beal there's the rumors that may happen, but we don't know the extent of Durant in practice yesterday. So I'm wondering when you get to the point, are we going to go down the road we did with the Diamondbacks? Oh, let's wait till the All-Star break to see what kind of team we have. Because there's never been a season, I should say a preseason, where there's been this much hype for a team in the Valley than the Phoenix Suns.
I would agree. And this is a team, at least on paper, we all felt that had a chance to win it all. When you look at
question,
win it all. Bradley Beal, to your point, Rock, supposed to play tomorrow. It looks like KD is questionable for tomorrow. It looks like Book will play. Mm-hmm. So at least I have 2. Grayson, I know, is out for tomorrow. Besides that, everybody else is on board. Now, I think for what we're looking at here, when will we actually have everybody on board and everybody working to have that continuity? And is that going to take 2 or 3 weeks, or is this going to be something that finally comes together in mid-season?
Or is help on its way?
Well, that's
are we going to see ownership maybe making a move?
One of the things that is real interesting is their turnovers and how bad they have taken care of the basketball.
Consistently bad turnovers.
Yes, that is correct. Beal can solve a lot of that, even though he's not designated as a true point guard. He's a very good ball handler, and I think that will make a major difference as far as what the Suns do in turning over the basketball. But to be honest with you, and Rock, you just made the point, the trading deadline's coming up middle of January. If things are still sort of in a quagmire like they are right now, then they will have to take a look to see who's available.
Well, you look at them, they're currently, 7th in the Western Conference? Mm-hmm. Not that you put these three together and you get the group together. Maybe you move up 4, 5, 6 spots. I think they will. But at some time, I think the good thing about KD is just an ankle, just a little sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But so anyways, so I think hopefully if Bradley Beal's the common denominator, guys, of how long he can stay healthy. Okay, let's face it.
I agree.
Rock, you've had the back issues. I haven't. But, I mean, if this thing goes south with him getting re-injured or having more issues, then you put him back on the shelf, then you're back to the big two. And then how much of a factor is Nurkic going to be or not be at the trade deadline?
Some other weekend news to pass along. Arizona is number 1 for the second week in a row as they took care of Wisconsin 98-73. They're now 8-0. That game was tied 23 midway through the first half, and then they went on a 20-2 run. Up next, Purdue. Purdue is next on the 16th.
Can't wait for that.
2:30. That game is in Indy. So looking forward to that one. ASU lost its first true road game. They lost to San Diego 89-84. We got to keep an eye on them. Grand Canyon, they snapped Liberty's 20-game home winning streak, the second longest active winning streak in the nation. They knocked off them 69-64. Big win for the Lopes. As they enter finals week on campus. They will not play again until Saturday when they're in the Colangelo Classic at Footprint Center, as they'll play Portland and then Gonzaga, and then we'll see how that flies after that. But Grand Canyon, they're right there. And then NAU, let's give them some love as they are now 5-5 as they have a 3-game winning streak as they picked up a win over the weekend.
I finally had a chance to have some fun with Mitch Stroman, who calls their games, because he had done games in Hawaii, came back to the mainland, then went to Santa Barbara, but then this last game he was in Abilene, Texas. So if you've ever been to Abilene, just let me say, or if you have to go, my advice is don't go.
It's a far cry from Hawaii.
Tomorrow,
Santa Barbara.
We'll be broadcasting from 1 to 4 from the Barrio Queen in Avondale to celebrate Taco Tuesday and El Bandino Yankee Tequila. That's tomorrow from Barrio Queen in Avondale. Up next, we'll catch up with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Fooey for a little fact or Fooey. It's Rock, it's Manuch, Jimmy B. We're out here at Casino Arizona.
Clear. What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The Suns get back to action with tomorrow's contest against the Warriors. Bradley Beal could make his return from a back injury, while Kevin Durant's status is unknown due to a sprained ankle. The Cardinals re-signed wide receiver Jeff Smith to the practice squad. Arizona retains the top spot of the latest USA Today men's basketball coaches poll after beating Wisconsin in their only game last week. Yotes coach Andre Tourney said defenseman Sean Dursey will be a game-time decision for tonight's game with the Sabres. Michigan State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is committed to Arizona State. He'll compete with incumbent Jaden Rashada for the starting job. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale.
you will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
The Monday night tailgate party with Fox Sports 910 has been a huge success, especially with their new sports book. Are you getting your share of the cash? That's the Fox Sports 910 guys every Monday from the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. It's time for Fact or Phooey with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Phooey. Phooey joins the guys each Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Phooey.
That's right. Phooey now on the Right Toyota guest line here on Fox Sports 910. Phooey, is it going to rain today? It looks like it's going to rain. That'll affect your sportscast.
Cloudy all day,
okay.
But the Coyotes are playing, so we'll get a little more time, I think, for sports. Coyotes are on ABC 15. So,
all right.
So we'll get a little more time.
That's great. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right. Like hearing that. Take care of Buffalo tonight. That'll be good. All right. Here we go.
That'd be awesome.
It's Fact or Phooey. The Dodgers' $700 million 10-year contract for Shohei Ohtani will guarantee them a chance at winning a World Series in every one of those years. Fact or Phooey? Yep.
Thank you. Isn't he not? Is he not pitching next year? Is that what I?
He's not going to pitch next year. Just DH.
Okay, so there's one of those 10. So they're not going to win a World Series next year. So no, that's a Phooey on that. It's not going to guarantee them a World Series championship. No matter how much money they spend, it doesn't guarantee them a World Championship. So the answer to that is Phooey on that.
Boy, that was easy. My goodness gracious. A little more
difficult. Yeah, it's an easy one.
All right, Coach. Question number 2. With the addition of Bradley Beal in the Suns lineup and all three of the stars playing at the same time, will vault the Suns into at least the top 3 of the Western Conference. They're currently in the 7th spot. Fact or Phooey?
No, Phooey on that. Listen, here's the deal. It's going to take time to develop chemistry. They haven't had any time together. And that's if we see Bradley Beal come back this week, if we see Kevin Durant come off his ankle. if Devin Booker stays healthy, it takes time to build chemistry. You're not going to do it in a week or 3 games. It's going to take time, and I would anticipate that taking into February if they stay healthy.
And let me ask you this: and do you think Matt Ishbia will be very patient around January 15th?
No.
If things aren't quite going the way he wants.
No, why he's not patient? He's not a patient guy. He wants to succeed at everything he does, right? He wants everything to be 100%. And this team is anything but right now. And guys are getting hurt, and they haven't developed any chemistry yet together other than hanging out. I guess there's some chemistry there. But you got to get used to each other on the court and how you play and anticipate moves. And they haven't had a chance to do that. So I don't think Ishbia is patient at all.
I'm with you on that 100%, Coach. All right, NBA in-season tournament. Lakers won it in impressive fashion, I might add. Does that make them now the leading candidate to win the NBA title? Factor Fooey.
Fooey on that. We're 3 for 3 so far, Manuch. Nice job on the question. I couldn't care less about the in-season tournament, right? I mean, all they're doing is trying to get guys to play because they're tired of load management. They're tired of people paying for tickets and going to a game and not seeing the stars play because they're taking time off. They thought this would incentivize these players to keep going. It looked like, okay, the courts were ugly, but at least it had a trophy in every corner. You could put a trophy on the court. The players had bizarre different jerseys and uniforms. That's fine. And the winning team got $500,000 apiece. So that's great. But it meant nothing. I'm one of those guys that soccer drives me nuts because you watch a soccer season and they've got in-season World Cups. Doesn't mean anything to the standings. I don't know what's going on, right, by the end of the season. So the NBA doing this means nothing to me. I couldn't care less about an in-season tournament.
Did Adam Silver meet his goal with this, though, Coach, you think?
Sure. Absolutely. Listen, you had some fan bases that were excited, right?
Yeah.
You had some teams that were real thrilled to be in the in-season tournament, which meant nothing to fan base, right? Other than you got to lose to the Lakers in Las Vegas. So, yeah, I mean, listen, anybody who's been to a Lakers game knows they already have a rabid crowd. They follow them religiously. They're there. They scream and yell the whole game long. So I don't know if this did anything for the Lakers fan base other than the players got $500,000 a pop. So good for them.
ABC 15's Craig Fooey here on Fox Sports 910. All right, number 4, ASU fans will have heartburn for many years in seeing former Sun Devil Jaden Daniels transfer to LSU and then win the Heisman Trophy. Factor Fooey.
Where's the Tums? Where's the Tums, Coach?
Well, here's the deal, and I've said this to you guys before. Jaden Daniels was here. He got a percentage of every JD5 pizza sold at Venezia's Pizza, right? You guys go way back with Venezia's
Yes, we
Pizza.
do.
And he got a percentage for every JD5 extra pepperoni pizza that they sold. LSU offered him $800,000 initially to go there. I don't know what he made the last year, but as you listen to Matt Rule at Nebraska, it's going to cost you $1 to $2 million for a quarterback in the portal these days. So ASU has nobody to blame but themselves. And then when he received the Heisman, he thanked Herm Edwards and Antonio Pierce, two guys that tore the program apart. So I don't know how you could have heartburn over this because Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback, but ASU has no money in their NIL, so they're not going to keep people here. They announced last week they'd raised $1 million, but Matt Rule said it's going to cost you at least $1 million to $2 million for a quarterback. So there's your $1 million; it's gone. Right? You still don't have enough to get a good quarterback in the portal. So ASU's got a long ways to go, and I don't think they got anybody to blame but themselves.
Which leads me to our last question about quarterbacks in the portal. ASU head coach Kenny Dillingham signing up top-notch QB Sam Leavitt from Michigan State will help the Devils win at least 6 wins next season. Fact or Fooey?
Fooey on that. How did Michigan State do this last year, by the way?
They struggled. They were struggling.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Sam Leavitt's going to come in just like Drew Parham did last year, right, from Notre Dame. And he had a better record at Notre Dame than Sam Leavitt had at Michigan State. He didn't even play. So I don't know what to listen. That program is going to take a while for Kenny to build up. I wish him nothing but the best and a lot of success. I think he's an energetic young guy who's taken over a program where nowhere to go but up. And he's got a new athletic director coming in. We'll see how that all plays out. The NIL are trying to activate the Valley and get money in that group, but they still don't have enough money to pay for even a top-notch quarterback. So we'll see how it all works out. And he's doing it the right way. He tells them the truth. He's honest with recruits. with guys that want to transfer. But we've already seen some guys leave ASU, right, that we were hoping to stick around, like Jalen Conyers and Jordan Clark and some guys that were instrumental in this team. So it's going to take a while, and I don't think they're going to jump to 6 wins next year, especially moving to the Big 12. But we'll see how it plays out. But I just don't think we're there yet.
Fooey,
think we're there.
Okay, here's my follow-up to that. You've been in the Valley a long time. Why has it been that only once in a while ASU was really good in your estimation? Why is that?
Well, I've said it for years.
3.
Listen, ASU and U of A have been way behind in facilities, right? Everybody else was building up their facilities. They did nothing. They were way behind in getting a sponsor, whether it was Adidas or Nike or Under Armour, whoever. They were way behind in that game. I think everybody here in Tempe lived off the Frank Kush era for way too long, right? Everybody that's coached high school football in the Valley was a protege of Frank Kush. Everybody said Frank Kush is the greatest guy. Every time the football job opened up, everybody in the Valley screamed, hire Danny White. People had so many blinders on, they couldn't see the bigger program. We've heard Sleeping Giant for how many years since Frank Kush retired? I told you guys a week or two ago, it's Rip Van Winkle. They're never waking up. It's not a sleeping giant. It's just asleep. And so they're not going to compete. And as long as you have Michael Crow as president who says the tail will never wag the dog, guess what? You're going to be in the, well, you saw the new NCAA president came out with the tiers now, right? He wants to promote the haves and have-nots. And so I think ASU is always going to be in the have-not tier. I think they're going to be in a Division I second class, right? Division 1B. I just don't think they're ever going to make it until fans and alumni step up and say, we've had enough of mediocrity. And until that changes, we're not giving you any money. So I want a winner, and I'll put money forward if you guys promise me you're going to compete for national championships. But they don't. They could easily be in Ohio State, but they just don't want to do that.
Bowie, thanks for improving the program, buddy. Have a good week. Appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. Guys. That's ABC 15's Craig Fooey here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. By the way, we talked about it with Jerry Hairston Jr. in regards to Major League Baseball playing overseas. Well, it just came over. ESPN and Major League Baseball will broadcast 4 international games next week across 3 continents. Of course, the Dodgers will debut as part of the games in March.
They will. Sure they will.
And then in April, ESPN nationally a game in Mexico City. And then over the summer, they'll be in London on ESPN. And then we found out ticket prices, standing room only. Tickets aren't even for sale yet for a regular season, but right now on StubHub, like these resale sites, standing room only tickets for $430, including fees. Standing room only. I think the ticket right now is Camelback Ranch and Arizona, and for preseason, exhibitions, spring training, Cactus League. That's the ticket.
Wow,
that you could get close. And right now, there's tickets starting at about $40 on their website.
Yeah, I gotta tell
that's what you do, Dad. Mom, you go and you get tickets to go see the Dodgers' spring training game. Now, there's probably a good chance he may not play.
I'm just going to say,
but he'll probably suit up, at least be in the clubhouse.
Well, I'm sure it's the same way with Diablo and he's with the Angels. The same kind of thing. They're sold out for almost every preseason game.
I saw him play once. And I went,
and he played like every other day.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was fun.
How were your seats?
I was down the left field line. Near the very end. I was not sitting out on the grass in the back.
Were the nets up?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get a ball?
No.
Okay. Did you
bring your glove? Did you bring your glove?
No, I did not.
No. Okay. Did you go to the top of the rock right next door there at the Butte?
I did, and I had a refreshment there as well.
Fooey is brought to you today by Twin Peaks, your football and now college basketball headquarters. We're getting down to the wire. Only one more week, actually a few more days of our Twin Peaks Coors Light Blue Moon big screen TV, giving away 5 of them on Thursday. And you can enter daily, once a day, by texting PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. 4 days remaining. Standard message and data rates apply. Casey from the CAZ Sportsbook will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Check this out.
This is The Herd.
You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
So it is official. It's official. The San Francisco 49ers are the most talented team in the league. It's not worth arguing. They're 9-0 when healthy. They blew the doors off the Cowboys and humiliated the Eagles. When healthy, it's the best roster in the league. It's not particularly close.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek on the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 AM. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Vibrant Emotional Health.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio.
Got a doubleheader tonight. A little football action tonight, week 14, as the Dolphins host the Titans. That game's in Miami, while the Packers will visit the Giants in East Rutherford. We're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona, and the CAZ Sports Bar. Great place to watch both games tonight, as we will have them both going. And we'll be doing the cash for the Dolphins and Titans game. We figure that'll be a little bit more high scoring, so it'll give you an opportunity to get some more money. So come on down and join us. Casey Walsh joins us here at the Sportsbook. He runs the Sportsbook. He's one of the team, part of the team here that does that, and always nice to join us.
It is.
After his Boston Bruins took care of the Yotes on Saturday.
Wow.
Wasn't really happy about that 5-3 win by the Yotes, but that's all right. That's all right. We all know Boston's a good regular season team. So anyway, let's move on.
What a dig that
What a
was.
shot.
Playoffs, man.
Let's get this out of the way. Is Bill Belichick back next year?
I think it would be crazy for him to not be back, but all my friends and everybody, they say back there, they're talking about him actually getting traded for a pick. That there's no shot
So
that he's
John
back next
Gruden?
year.
Really?
Yeah, they say that's like really, really big being talked about on like WEEI back there.
Sure.
So yeah, it's pretty wild. They say that they really don't think he's back.
Did you watch him a little bit on game day and how funny he was, and he really showed his true personality?
Yeah.
On game day?
Yeah.
I mean, what he does when he does his press conferences, that's just shtick. That's what he
Casey's
does.
like, what the hell does that got to do with winning?
No.
We don't care about his personality. We want wins, man. That's what they want. Bob. We don't care about his He can be as dry as he wants, right, Casey? As long as he's winning.
Yeah, there was never any problems when they had Brady.
Nope, that is correct.
Oh, jeez.
That's right.
That's the truth, Rock.
It is the truth.
All right, let's talk some college basketball. I want to get your pulse on what we're seeing with some of the top teams like Arizona or Purdue. That's a big one this coming week. I know there's going to be a lot of action on that one. But when it comes just in basketball in general, is it still kind of not real heavy in action because a lot of people wait till after the holidays, get into January and February, and of course March Madness. But are you seeing people starting to bet some basketball right now?
It started to pick up this weekend,
Okay.
especially with Saturday, because really all you really had was the NBA championship as well as the Army-Navy game. So pretty much that's all you really had to bet this weekend was college basketball. So we definitely saw it ramp up a little bit this past weekend.
Are you seeing more money lines or over-unders in college basketball? What do you see more of?
A lot of it's totals.
Totals, okay.
But like for instance, this weekend we had somebody came in. They put $4,500 on Pittsburgh money line. They were minus 17 in the game against Canisius. They bet $4,500 to win $300. Came down to the wire. Pittsburgh in the last 2 minutes pulled away, won by about 9. But they were down 6. It's
Wait, he put down $4,500 to win $300.
Yeah.
Yes, you see it way more than you would ever imagine.
Really?
Like U of A, round 1 March Madness last year.
Yeah.
They were minus 1,600 on the money line. Had a guy come in, put $3,200 to win $200. Obviously lost. Like betting like that, you're never ever gonna recoup one loss.
Yeah.
Where do you get that? I mean, are they listening to some radio show on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m.? Hey, some wise guy trying to say you need to, call me now, 1-900, and all that crap. I mean, how does this happen? How would you even go down
That's
that
odd,
road?
Casey.
A lot of times is they really actually think they're just stealing money.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like when they see a big money line favorite like that, they just figure there's no way they're losing. So
Wow.
you see it a lot more than you would ever imagine.
Are you seeing a lot of people getting on Arizona State?
They did the other night. They were minus 8.5. They gave up 60 in the second half to San Diego, blew that game. But yeah, no, you see a lot of crazy things.
See, I just wonder, I know early on, you and I have been talking, and some other people are like looking at some of these games that people don't really know a lot about the teams, and the wise guys do. I mean, they obviously is what they do. So I'm always wondering if it's smart to look at a GCU, which kind of flies under the radar, even though we all know who they are. And they beat San Diego last week, or San Diego State, and here they just beat Liberty, and they're playing. They only have one loss, I think, on the season, so they're playing really well. I'm just wondering, we have 3 pretty big schools here: Arizona State, GCU, and maybe a little NAU. I just wonder if people really know much about some of these teams, and is it recommended to maybe look at some of those smaller schools when you're getting into college basketball betting?
I think that's the best way to go, because most of the time your lines are going to be sharper on the bigger conferences where everybody's watching. But say you go to like an Ohio Valley or something small like that, nobody's paying attention to those conferences. So if you can just watch that conference, know those players, know those coaches, their tendencies, that's probably the best way to go about college basketball.
I can tell you right now, if you're going to do that, you want to put money on Drake because Drake is good. Take me to this coming matchup, U of A and Purdue. What's going to be the action as we get closer to that game?
I think they'll put out the line probably about on Friday or so.
Okay.
So we'll definitely see a lot of action that day. I'm expecting the total to be fairly high. I expect to see a lot of over action on that. And then a lot of people will go with U of A, I'm sure, being in Arizona.
Suns, we're a little disappointed that they've been banged up, so we haven't seen the big 3. But are you seeing some local people coming in here? Because this is more of a local casino. You get a lot of locals, neighborhood people. are there some confidence with the Suns, with some bettors?
I mean, there's some people that are discouraged or whatever, but I mean, it's typical. I mean, I feel we should be happy that Beal's coming back tomorrow. I probably expected him more about February or March. So
Yeah.
that's a positive. But yeah, you always see everybody betting the Suns. They were all over the Suns against the Lakers in that play-in game. They continue to bet them every night, and as well as the overs in most of their games.
Cardinals, San Francisco. Cardinals coming off a bye week. How much do you play you personally when you look at a team coming off a bye week?
It definitely has something to look at, just due as they have more time for preparation, time to heal the injuries and stuff like that. But going into this game, I mean, now with the NFC pretty tight up at the top, everybody's going to be on the Niners this weekend.
Is that going to be a double-digit number, do you think?
Currently is minus 13.5. San Francisco.
Yeah,
already.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up closing yesterday, the Niners at 15.5 against Seattle. It went all the way at one point. It was down to 9.5 in the week when they thought that Geno Smith might play.
Yeah.
Drew Lock came that just blew way up to 15.5.
Man, just how do you not take 15.5 at home?
Yeah, you do, but Drew Lock surprised. He played pretty damn good.
Yeah,
all things considered. Yeah, remember he and Geno were at it. Besides the Cardinals game, look at National Football League now. Are you looking at more people are betting on those teams vying for the playoffs, or just continue to bet on even those teams that are fading quite regularly week in and week out?
Most of the time it's teams that are in contention that they're starting to stay around. That's where you're starting to see a lot of the bigger money, but they definitely tend to fade, like certain teams, like the Patriots were a big fade on Thursday night. Everybody was on the Steelers. You still have your typical teams that they're continually fading.
You had to make a lot of money on that game then, right?
It was profitable for sure.
Real quick, Casey, tonight's games, where are you seeing most of the action? Let's start with Titans-Dolphins.
Everybody's betting the Dolphins right now. That lines up to 14. I've seen a little bit of action on the under, but I expect a lot of over action coming in towards the game.
Packers at Giants.
We've seen action on the Giants. That game's actually went from +7 down to +6.
Wow.
Interesting. Well, good job, Casey. Appreciate it. Casey Walsh joining us here from the CAZ Sportsbook for tonight's games. 2 games, the doubleheaders. Come on out and join it. Jackpot's almost over $3,000. And you can win some of that cash just for watching football. Frank Sanders, Rudy Carpenter, all coming up next right here on Roc and Manuch Sports 910.
I need a tease. You're clear, though.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience?
We're teasing Frank, yes. Whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fooey, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS get here now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Michigan State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is committed to Arizona State. He'll compete with incumbent Jaden Rashada for the starting job. The Suns are back in action tomorrow against the Warriors. Bradley Beal will return from a back injury that's limited him to just 3 games this season. Kevin Durant remains questionable with an ankle injury. The Cardinals re-signed wide receiver Jeff Smith to the practice squad. Arizona stays #1 in the latest USA Today men's basketball coaches poll. Coyotes coach Andre Tourney said defenseman Sean Dursey will be a key position for tonight's Sabres. Carlton. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with temperatures in the low 50s, and then Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 72. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Pastrnak scores! A stay-with-it play by Morgan Geeky. And it rattled around into the crease. And as so often happens, an opponent's goal. The Los Angeles Lakers win the first NBA Cup. They are champions of the inaugural in-season tournament. Purdy, fake, has a man wide open, it's caught. Kittle, penalty flag. Kittle on the way to the end zone. It's a touchdown, but let's see what the penalty is.
Yeah, I don't think the penalty's going to matter. I think Julian Love, the safety, came up and knew he was beat.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Holding defense number 2. That penalty is declined.
So the highlights from this weekend, as you just heard, the Yotes and their loss to the Bruins, the final call of the NBA in-season tournament, and the 2 guys that you'll see here this week from the 49ers, Purdy and Kittle, with their big touchdown there as they took care of Seattle. Our State 48 Roofing Get Your Call question of the day: does the winning of the in-season tournament by the Lakers make them the favorite to win the NBA title? Yes or no? Those are your 2 choices. Go to the website, or I should say their Twitter page, at Roc and Manuch for a free quote. Go to state48roofing.com. But Suns will host the Warriors tomorrow. They'll resume their 5-game homestand. Possibly Chris Paul will be in the lineup. I know he's pretty banged up. Suns lost on Friday, 114-106. Kevin Durant was injured, or still is injured. He set out practice yesterday. He's got that ankle, and his status will be day to day. And then Bradley Beal is likely to return tomorrow, at least unless there's some setbacks that we don't know about. He is scheduled, or at least it looks as though he may get to go tomorrow. But Suns currently 12-10 on the season, so we'll see how that works. There are some links. We talked about Shohei Ohtani going to the Dodgers for $700 million. Bob Nightingale is reporting that the D-backs have some interest in another designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
Yep.
So how great would that be if the Diamondbacks could swing that? That is a hopeful addition to this team.
How much money is he going to cost you?
Well, they rented him for when he was making $25 million when he was just here for half the season,
right?
From Udon because they couldn't afford him.
Yes,
to come back. I know that they were looking at Kevin Turner, but they've got their third baseman now. But Turner, Martinez, he's still got some pop in his bat. I don't know.
He bat 271 last year. He played 111 games. 2 were at left field, and the rest were at DH.
I don't think
over 100 RBI.
Yeah, I don't know if his number is going to be as high as it was in his heyday.
I agree with that.
With Boston and here, and then with the Dodgers. But I thought he had one of those seasons last year, kind of a not so much resurrected season, but very solid.
Okay.
Season. Was injured there toward the end of the year. That'd be great. I don't know if the Diamondbacks want to keep up with the Joneses per se, but they can go get some talent. I don't think they can afford a Cody Bellinger per se. J.D. Martinez, he the guy is a Kevin Turner. Maybe he comes in as a DH, or does he want to stay at third base? But there's a guy as a DH/utility guy that could be with Turner and J.D. Martinez. I mean, that's just that extra, I think, pop they need in that lineup. That kind of gives them that juice to, if they get into another World Series run with the Dodgers.
Michigan State quarterback Sam Leavitt posted today on his Twitter page, new beginnings, and he is committed to the Sun Devils. So they have landed a Michigan State transfer quarterback in Sam Leavitt.
So my question to you, Mr. Quarterback Guru Manuch, I can hear people going, who?
Well,
so explain who he is.
He was an outstanding high school player. I mean, he was recruited. Kenny Dillingham. He was a 4- or 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. Mm-hmm. Michigan State got a hold of him. He probably figured when he got there that, with everything going on, have a chance at playing. But that school's a mess right now. I mean, with their head coach, that situation.
Let me add to that, Manuch. He was his first offer was at Florida State, while Kenny Dillingham was the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the Seminoles.
Okay.
So he knows this kid and has watched his career for the last 3-4 years.
And at that point, Jordan Travis was moving on.
Right.
So I think that he probably goes, well, those relationships are huge, because we look at relationships that Kenny Dillingham has had with a lot of these recruits, a lot of these young men in the portal. They know him. They know the kind of offense he runs, the kind of character he has. They've come to ASU. I mean, look at we got a couple safeties and defensive backs that are coming to ASU. Receiver, quarterback. I think that's part of it. Yeah, money's one thing. But I think when Kenny Dillingham looks you in the eye and says, look, you're going to come in and compete for a starting job. I can't guarantee you it, but if you can come in and compete for a starting job. So I think Leavitt goes at it with Rashada.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that Bourguet is going to come back for one more year. I don't think he'll be the guy. Jacob Conover, he's not going anywhere. They'll have a room full of 4 or 5 guys. I found out that this weekend that all major college football programs need at least 4 guys in that room, 4 quarterbacks in that room. And if you're down to 1 or 2, you need to go find a couple guys, because look at the situation we saw. I mean, look at Kansas State right now.
Right. Yep.
I mean, they have 2 quarterbacks on the roster. The other 3 left. And they got Avery Johnson, who's going to start against North Carolina State in the Pop-Tart Bowl. And then a Knuth.
That really the name of the bowl?
Yeah, it's the Pop-Tart Bowl. And the Knuth gets a true freshman. So if Johnson gets hurt, good luck.
Okay.
Unfortunately. But those are some of those. When you want those guys room to compete and say compete versus bringing somebody in who's going to make $1 million, and we're hoping we love you, but we want you to compete. We know that's BS. They're bringing that guy in for a reason.
Sure.
And then those quarterbacks that feel that they should
why
be.
Ty Thompson left.
And
left Oregon.
And that Ty if he wanted to compete, he knew that was not going to be the case.
Right.
So that's why he's moved on.
It's so different right now in this college football with the transfer portal. I mean, even yesterday watching the games and talking to friends of mine, and we're just going back and forth, just saying how much college football sucks because of the transfer portal.
Absolutely,
how you could be a fan, a huge diehard fan, an alumnus, and you get to watch a quarterback for 3 years. You don't see it anymore. They're 1 year. No. It's one and done now. Yeah. It's just one and done.
It's almost following the script.
Especially a quarterback.
It's almost following the script of the one and dones in college basketball.
Exactly. And we know how much we don't watch that sport as much as we used to.
You know what? You're right, Rock. I think a lot of people are souring on that going, well, I saw him 3 years ago. And he was at Maryland. And then he was at North Carolina State. Now he's at Notre Dame. So it's hard for the fans of those schools to develop chemistry and continuity.
You don't know who these guys are.
You don't know who these guys are.
Right. I think, one of the challenges we not challenges, but, just doing this profession for so many years, there was always those discussions about, you need to pay these athletes. You need to pay these athletes. Student, you got to pay them. You got to pay them. Well, look what has happened. Look what has happened with the transfer portal and the NIL, how it has not necessarily corrupted the sport, but it's going to get to the point where the average person that's an alum is not going to be able to afford to go again.
Well, let me tell you what happens. They're young kids, right? And they're going to follow the money.
Sure. Why would you?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Be careful what you wish for, because that's what's happening. I always felt that if you gave them extra money on the stipend, not so much paying them, the stipend, that would help suffice do that. And then when the NIL started, without the NCAA coordinating it, the SEC got a hold of it, and they started going, you know what? We don't have any guidelines. We're going to pay this guy and that guy. That opened up Pandora's box, and this is what you have. And at that point, a lot of folks are going to Siren if they don't have that same team you had 3 years ago. Is a completely different team. But the teams that win, you're in, you're out, know how to manage that because they have the cash. So the rich get richer,
correct,
and the poor are going to get poorer. That's why ASU will be a third-tier team in the years to come if they don't get the money.
And you made a very good point about the NCAA, because they tried to squash the NIL from the get-go and went about it totally backwards, and they didn't have any success. Now it's totally out of control.
So the NFL's Week 14 is wrapping up tonight. You got a Monday night doubleheader. How about that? As the Titans travel down to Miami, they'll play the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. Now the Titans, they enter tonight's game with a record of 4-8. Disappointing season for them. Dolphins are 9-3, and they've won 3 in a row. The other game, it's the Giants hosting the Packers at MetLife in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Packers have been playing well. They've won 3 straight, and they currently sit at 500 at 6-6. And then Giants, believe it or not, they've won 2 straight and are currently 4-8. So both games will kick off at 6:15. And we encourage you to come on down here to the CAZ Sportsbook, where you can watch the game, bet on the game. We do it every Monday night. We only have 2 more Monday nights this week and next week. And then it's Christmas. Eagles play the Giants on Christmas, but we won't be here. Maybe, Manuch, if you want to be here on Christmas night. You always take one for the team.
You know what, Rock? If I have to
sneak out, you just say, hey, honey, we've already done the gifts.
Yeah.
You're just going to sit around anyway and eggnog it. And
watch football.
Why not come out here to the casino and join us?
Let me run that by
the casino. Will be open, by the way. We just won't be having our contest. Yeah. So if you're looking for plans, you got friends in town, the casinos are open. A lot of bars and restaurants are not, but at least the casino. So anyway, come on down, join us. Coming up next, we'll catch up with Rudy Carpenter. We'll continue the conversation with the transfer portal, get his thoughts. I do want to ask him, because he knows a lot of these kids, and he trains them. How much are these kids getting? I would love to know how much they're making. So we'll discuss that with him next. Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
All season long, your home for some of the biggest and best games of the NFL season, right here on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com. That's HORNE Cars.com.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
A wreck on the 101 southbound near Southern, sitting on the right shoulder. Also a crash 10 westbound near Broadway. That's blocking your 2 right lanes. A wreck is blocking the ramp from 48th Street over to eastbound 10, and a crash eastbound 10 near 40th Street.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, save over $40 on a Warner 6-foot step ladder. Was $115, now just $69.98. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 12/7 through 12/13 on item number 98-148 while supplies last.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade Still 2 Carbon Woods that combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop a Sim store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forrester, Managing Attorney.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow. First, it was the Roc and Manuch cheesesteak, then the Roc and Manuch lager and amber beers. Now they have taken it to another level with a secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. This is how it works. Make plans to watch all the football games at BKD's Backyard Joint. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., our secret menu is available, but you need to ask for it. Just say you want the secret Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu. And while you're there, be sure to say hi to our buddy Kelly Cooper, the owner of BKD's Backyard Joint. It's a perfect place in Chandler to watch all the games, including college hoops. They have 37 TVs with as many as 14 different games going at the same time. Plus, they love showing all of our home team games. So ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's secret menu this Sunday after 3. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
It's Macy's Great Gift Sale. Take an extra 20% off gift ideas from designers they'll love with your coupon or Macy's card. That's on top of great deals on women's sweaters, coats, and PJs, 25 to 50% off. Beauty essentials from Origins, Elizabeth Arden, and more, 25 to 40% off. And the season's hottest toys, 15 to 50% off. Plus, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Michigan State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is committed to ASU football. He'll compete with incumbent Jaden Rashada for the starting job. Yotes coach Andre Tourney said defenseman Sean Dursey will be a game-time decision for the game with the Sabres this evening. Carl Vejmelka is in goal. Arizona retains a top spot in the latest USA Today men's basketball coaches poll. Kansas, Houston, Purdue, and UConn round out the top 5. I'm Frank Garrity.
Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Here to talk football is former Sun Devil quarterback, who, by the way, went 3-1 against that team in Tucson.
Carpenter going to go up with time, steps up, looks end zone, got a man, McGahey, touchdown! Rudy Carpenter threw that right into the teeth, into the strength of the Wildcat defense.
Rudy Carpenter, now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Well, quarterbacks in the college football transfer portal have always been a point of discussion. A lot on this show because Manuch trains a lot of quarterbacks, as well as our next guest, Rudy Carpenter. But big news is always when a guy transfers and how he can change the entire program just by, being that top guy leaving another school. And we heard one today as quarterback Sam Levitt. He is from Michigan State. He is transferred to Arizona State. He didn't play a lot last year. That's why he was a true freshman. He played a couple fourth-quarter losses against Michigan and Minnesota, a couple drives against Nebraska, one against Maryland. That's really it. Didn't put up a lot. We don't know a lot about him other than he was a 4-star recruit out of Oregon. Rudy Carpenter joins us now. Talk about some of these guys. First, your thoughts on Sam committing to Arizona State. You know the quarterback world pretty well. Is he somebody that can give Rashada a run for his money?
Yeah, I think probably the most important thing about Sam Leavitt is that Kenny Dillingham is very comfortable with Sam. When Kenny was coaching at the University of Oregon for the season that he was there, he spent a lot of time recruiting Sam. So, I think, obviously Sam Leavitt and his family feel really comfortable with Kenny. Kenny knows the kid well. He's seen him play a lot. And I think, that relationship makes sense. I also know from talking to Kenny a ton, Kenny is very, very serious about the fact that he really likes Jalen Rashada. He thinks Jalen Rashada can be, a big time quarterback, but Kenny's, always going to, make it an open competition and play whatever guy he thinks is going to give the team the best chance to win. And if you're a guy like Sam Leavitt, that's really all you can ask for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was mentioning that a little bit earlier. A lot of these guys, money aside, they want to go and have a chance to compete, number one. And number two, that it's a program that's got a good chance of winning as well. And I think that in Tyler Suggs' case, going to Louisville, that was the main part of his decision as far as going there. The other side of it, too, is when you look at some of these Heisman Trophy winners, we talked about Jaden Daniels coming from ASU to LSU, Kyler Murray, Texas A&M to Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts, Bama to Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, Texas Tech, Oklahoma. The benefactor of all 4 or 5 of the individuals that win a Heisman has paid off. So I got to imagine before they move on, they're thoroughly doing their due diligence for that returning team as well, I would think.
Yeah, I just think that, there's always been a negative, connotation on guys that transfer, like, oh, he's soft or he's a quitter or he doesn't like competition or all that stuff. To me, I've always thought that was, pretty ridiculous. And the reason why I think that is because quarterback is a unique position. Only one guy plays. And, I was involved in a situation myself where, the program might have 2 guys. They might have 3 guys that are legitimate Division I starters. And it's hard, to tell a kid, hey, be a good soldier, sit on the bench and wait your turn. And look, I guess there are a lot of people out there who think that that's what you should do. You should be a good soldier. You should wait your turn. That's how it was in the olden days, et cetera, et cetera. I'm a little bit different than that. I'm the type of dude that just feels like, man, there's not a lot of opportunity out there. There's just not. You never know when your time is going to be. And in my opinion, when it comes to the money situation and it comes to playing time situation, no one's going to fight for you better than you. No one's going to believe more than you. No one's going to, have a better feel for what you can do on the field as a player than you. And to me, I just feel like, hey man, the window of opportunity to play and to compete and to be a starter, there's an expiration date on it for everybody. And I just think that you got to go advocate for yourself and take advantage of as many opportunities as you can to play a game that we spend so much time on. One more thing. I mean, Dan, you see a lot of guys out there training. These guys train and train and train and train, and they train and they work so much and so hard for basically 13 days of playing a game. So to me, it's limited game time opportunities compared to how much you practice and train. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to let any of those pass me by. I'm going to get on the field as fast as I possibly can. And if you're the kind of person that's going to call me selfish, well, whatever. I'm going to go be a selfish starting rich quarterback.
Last week we talked a lot about what Matt Rule was talking about, $1 million to $2 million that these guys are getting. What is the number? What are the numbers, the ranges that you are hearing that these quarterbacks are commanding?
Well, I think what Matt Rule said was exactly right. For a big-time program like Ohio State or Notre Dame or, a USC or some of these big-time programs, yeah, you're going to see guys that are going to get $2 million, $2.5 million, whatever it may be, somewhere in that range. I mean, you see reports that, Marvin Harrison Jr. was offered somewhere in the realm of $20 million in total when you add up all of his NIL deals. I mean, I'll give you an example. There's a local quarterback here from Arizona that you guys all know, probably pretty well, who played at NC State, then transferred to Cal and is transferring again. And he literally just got off the phone with me 10 minutes ago saying he was just offered $300,000 to go to, probably the worst SEC school. But it was still $300,000. And this is a kid that has probably only started, less than 10 games in his entire career.
Rudy, you made a great point about you have to look out for yourself. So I want to go to Jalen Daniels then. And you saw him play at Arizona State. He leaves. The fans trash him, all of that. So all he does is go to LSU and then this past season win the Heisman Trophy. Exponentially, what did you see in Daniels, how much improvement he made after he left ASU?
Well, I think naturally he made a lot of improvement, right? I mean, yeah, I think Jaden's an interesting situation. Did he become a better thrower? I don't think so. Did he become a better runner? I don't think so. And this is the conundrum to me. I think Jaden Daniels has always been a very, 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 very talented player. What he got at LSU is a whole bunch of big-time players around him. I mean, quarterback is the most dependent position in all of sports. You have the ball in your hand every single snap. There's this weird element to playing quarterback where it's almost like an individual game because you have so much attention on you all the time. But then there's the other side of it where you're so dependent on guys blocking, guys catching the football, the run game being able to get going, the defense being able to do X, Y, and Z. And, Jaden was a huge benefactor of already being supremely, supremely talented, but then being able to go play in the SEC with a lot of other great players. And then because he's in the SEC, he's put in a lot of big-time environments, in a lot of big-time moments, in a lot of big-time nationally televised games, which allowed him to explode onto the market for the masses of people to be able to see him. Jaden Daniels, his situation is the reason why so many kids from California, so many kids from Arizona fly over all of those states and go play in the SEC. And that's because that's a place where you're going to get the absolute most exposure to be able to show the country, the Heisman voters, and everybody else who you are as a player. And to me, that's what's so sad. Go look at the number of great players in the SEC, the number of Heisman Trophy winners or whatever it may be, and go see so many of these guys come from the West Coast, and yet, the Pac-12 conference isn't even a conference anymore.
Rudy, we always love having you on, man. Thanks for the time today. Have a great week.
All right, guys. Take care.
Rudy Carpenter, breaking it down. How about that? $300,000. Wow. Coming up next, we'll catch up with former Cardinals receiver Frank Sanders. Get his thoughts on Cardinals 49ers this week. See if this team has enough offense to compete. That's next on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Coyotes coach Andre Tourigny said defenseman Sean Durzi will be a game-time decision for tonight's contest against the Sabres. Carl Vejmelka in goal. Michigan State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is committed to ASU football. He will compete with incumbent Jaden Rashada for the starting job. The Suns are back in action tomorrow versus the Warriors. Bradley Beal will return from a back injury that's limited him to just 3 games this season. Kevin Durant is questionable with an ankle injury. The Cardinals re-signed wideout Jeff Smith to the practice squad. Arizona stays at number 1 in the new USA Today men's basketball coaches poll. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit myguy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make My Guy your guy.
Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with temperatures in the low 50s, and then Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 72. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Ski Pro.
Ski Pro celebrates the holidays with savings up to 60% off on skis, snowboards, clothing, and accessories in Phoenix, Desert Ridge, and Mesa Riverview. Find Arizona's largest selection with guaranteed low prices in-store or online at skipro.com. Happy holiday savings from Ski Pro.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring Titleist SM9 wedges tuned for precise contact, lower flight, and higher spin. Now $30 off. From Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Don't miss the Vans Golf Shops holiday special. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Tune in Mondays as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Guys are joined every week by the top guests in the business. It's a perfect mix of guests and sportstainment. That's Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the back side of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Season 4 just launched. You up for a night of binging?
Yeah, I took Mucinex 12-hour DM. Its bilayer tablet takes care of my cough and chest congestion for a full 12 hours.
Cool, let's do this.
Buy Mucinex 12-hour DM now for 12-hour cough and chest congestion relief. Use as directed.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. The Sandman.
It is caught! Touchdown Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn!
Frank Sanders joins Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch, now on Fox Sports 910.
All right, Cardinals have the 49ers, Bears, Eagles, and Seahawks left on their schedule. San Francisco, Philly are the Super Bowl contenders of that group. Chicago is 4-8 right now, and they'll have the advantage of playing at Soldier Field on Christmas Eve. Then they close out at home against Seattle. So it's going to be rough for the Cardinals as they finish the season. Frank Sanders now joins us on the Right Toyota guest line. So, when you were on a bye week, how focused were you to get back on the field the following week?
Not at all.
Really?
Yeah, not at all, man. The bye week always came seemingly at the right time for us. I think there was one season I played that the bye week was like week 3. Most of the time I was with the Cardinals, it was always after like game 7. We needed it at that time. You guys, well documented that I was on a lot of losing teams with the Cardinals, unfortunately.
No,
so
wait, Frank. Wait,
Not us.
No,
Not us,
you,
no.
you. Come on, really?
Well, I didn't feel like I was on a losing team, but the record reflected it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Frank, you got to remember, I had to talk about those seasons with you.
Nobody
pregame,
cares,
postgame.
Jimmy. I mean, Manuch.
That's the thing there as well. On top of that whole thing, we had that. Now, all that being said, when you think about those days, I thought you guys just come back refreshed and ready to go and jacked up to finish the season strong with those 4 and 5 win seasons.
No, the guys. When we got back, I mean, here's the thing: when you already know you're having a losing season and it's bad, there's only a couple of other things you can focus on, and that's finishing. In regards to, you want to finish strong and you want to try to meet your own personal goals that you've already set for the season. I mean, if I was my receiver goals typically was 75 catches or more and 1,000 yards, at least 7 touchdowns was always my goal going into it. Depending on as the quarterback situation got better and the offensive line situation got better, I would always bump my expectations up because I thought those were numbers that was possible. So I'm pretty sure the guys right now that still have an opportunity to go out and really try to, solidify themselves in regards to their contracts coming up. So, again, we're always talking about they're not just they're auditioning for 31 other teams if there's a scenario that presents themselves for those guys. So, but for me, I would come back always ready to go and see what we can do and how we can turn the ship around.
I thought it was interesting. I remember the season when Boomer was on the team, and you and Boomer, was it the last game against the Redskins you guys had? You had, I don't know, like 25 catches for 2,000 yards and like 4 touchdowns, and Boomer threw for like 475 or something like that. Was that one of those motivations, to your point right there, for incentives to abound? And I just got to ask you, did you get Boomer a commission for all those throws to you that day?
Boomer had his own commissions that he had to reach. He had a lot of stats that in his contract that was Boomer's situation that was really good for him. But it was great to have him because he was a veteran leader. He knew exactly what it felt like to be in those moments. Yeah. And honestly, that Washington Redskins game was a crazy game. It was nothing that defensively that we could do to stop their offense because they just kept putting up points. But Boomer kept getting on the field, man, and just taking us down the field as a leader and throwing, making all the right decisions. So it was a great day for all the receivers involved, me, Rob Moore, Marcus Dowdell, Anthony Edwards in that moment. And I think that's just something when you look at the season like this, guys. And again, this is, Rock, you said it eloquently. They got the 49ers, the Bears, the Eagles, and the Seahawks. And after this one-game winning streak that the Cardinals been on after beating the Steelers, it's a gauntlet for these guys to go through. And we look back at the season, we looked at teams that we faced. It was a gauntlet from the beginning, and not having Kyler definitely has shown to be a tough hill to climb for the Cardinals this season.
All right, Frank. So coming off what we witnessed against the Steelers in Pittsburgh, and you talked about Boomer being that veteran leader, is Kyler Murray, in your estimation, now that veteran leader, and will it be his job to get everybody set to go against the 49ers, even though you're 13.5 underdog in that game?
Well, I mean, I don't know, okay, you'd have to pull Dan Marino and Dan Fouts out of the stands right now in regards to, you playing the 49ers. Like, this is not like it's one of the best teams in the NFL right now. But I will say this, Kyler's got 3 games under his belt with this group. They know, the offense coordinator knows what they have in him and what they can do. We saw what they did against the Steelers, which was they ran the ball. It was effective. He was efficient on third downs, which is something they have not been throughout the season. I think the guys in that huddle can look at him in the face and see what kind of warrior they have, what kind of leader they have in Kyler. It looks like these guys are kind of trying to gel and band together for, at least what we've seen the last couple of games. And these next 4 games they're going to need that. And he has to be the leader that comes in with a sense of purpose, a sense of understanding that he doesn't have to win the game by himself. He doesn't have to use his legs to run around all day, but he has to be able to make solid and good decisions as a quarterback in order to put those guys in the right spot to walk away with victory.
All right, so riddle me this, Batman. With Marquise Brown questionable, looks like Wilson will probably be out again. The lack or ineffectiveness of Rondale Moore, and you saw what Seattle did with Metcalf and that group of receivers. They threw the ball fairly well. I thought Luck did a good job. Right now, there's really no receiver / outside passing game aside from the tight ends, which is good. Trey McBride and Swain. But if you're limited, where are you going to find any kind of passing game against this vaunted San Francisco defense?
Everything you said makes it, a hill to climb. Just on the onset, knowing you're not going in there with all your players. I will say this here, though. This is when you got to have, the creativity of play calling, putting guys in the best position, trying to find the slightest weakness in this defense. And the only thing you can really hope is that the 49ers come in here thinking that they've already got a W under their belt. And they come in thinking, like the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got a warm team coming into a cold environment, and you're hoping that, they're not ready to play. But that's the only thing the Cardinals can really hope for right now, that the 49ers come in and think that they already got a W, but the Cardinals come up with a great game plan that can put some points on the board and try to stop those guys from scoring.
Frank, I had to bring it up. You talked about all those receivers. One receiver you did not mention, and he needs to be mentioned because he was also a hell of a running back, was Larry Centers. Mm-hmm. Got to have him in that conversation, right? He was a great receiver.
LC was the best one, man. LC led the league 3 years in a row as the top running back or fullback, considered fullback in the NFL for 3 straight years. Everyone, they chanted Larry after Larry Wilson, and I don't even know how many people chanted Larry Wilson's name, the great Hall of Famer, but Larry Centers was the heartbeat of our team, man. If there was a veteran that I emulated and wanted to be like, it was Larry Centers, even though he was a fullback. That guy had an engine that wouldn't stop. He loved the Cardinals. He loved playing in the NFL. An underdog guy, but Larry had 100+ catches, man, 1 year out of the fullback position. And I think it's he made our offense go. He was always the guy that, he was always the guy that could make a play when we needed a play. And that's one thing you'd always remember about LC.
Were you part of
F. Austin?
Yeah, very good. Were you part of that year they had a bye, the first game of the season, Frank?
I was. It came right. Look, man, the NFL is
But you need a break after training camp? That's the hell.
So stupid.
It was.
Look, the NFL and the scheduling committee, man, looked at us and said, we can give them a bye right after training camp because they need another week to get it together.
What an embarrassment that was. Was there another team or was it just the Cardinals?
It was the Cardinals.
They were the only one, only the Phoenix Cardinals at the time.
Cardinals. That was it. The bye.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It was so fun, man. And it's look.
Hey,
you can't make this stuff up.
No.
This stuff up.
Hey, is Larry Sanders still the all-time leading running back, catching the ball out of the backfield or fullback out of the backfield? Do you happen to know?
Now that I saw Larry just this past weekend, man, over the Cardinals charity event, and he still walks around like he's the booger with the sugar. So I would definitely say yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Frank, thanks, buddy. Have a good week.
All right, brother. You guys have the same, my man.
Hey, you can follow Frank on Twitter at FrankSanders81. So appreciate him coming on. Today, brought to you by the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar, where we're at here, a sports fan's paradise. You can bet the game, watch the game. The Sportsbook here at the CAZ Sports Bar. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens displaying all the betting lines. Check it out for yourself. It's open daily from 8 to 11 p.m. That's 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. here at Casino Arizona. We'll tell you what's on tap tonight. It's coming up in just about an hour and 15 minutes. Plus today's State 48 Roofing It's Your Call results. But first, we'll have football at 50. Thanks for joining us today. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Chris, we talked about this earlier this year, and I know I'm not trying to discount it or poo-poo that the wide receiving core is not that great. Ooh. We get that. But we also cannot say, like, Patrick Mahomes has nothing to do with it. He is not playing Patrick Mahomes football.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 5, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
10 eastbound near 40th Street. The right lane is blocked by an accident. 10 westbound at Elliott. We have an accident off right. And we also have a vehicle fire off right. This is 101 Agua Fria Freeway northbound, just south of Peoria.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, save over $40 on a 1 or 6 foot step ladder. Was $115, now just $69.98. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 12/7 through 12/13 on item number 98-148 while supplies last.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great treat specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
The fight starts now!
On Saturday, December 16,
Legacy is decided in the desert.
fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And a sizzling world championship unification.
Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now.
Starting from just $30.
Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
A will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway Paradigm Woods, forged carbon for unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop a Sim store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Sweeper heavy-duty dry. I promise you'll love them. Me back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always the crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and iHeart Radio app.
All right, powered this hour by Arena Sports Grill. Enjoy your favorite sports teams at Arena. They have 20 HD TVs plus off-track betting, daily specials on food and drinks. Head to arenasportsgrills.com. All right. Football at 50. Last night's debacle with the Eagles and the Cowboys racked up 26.3 million viewers. Woo! Their biggest audience for a December Sunday night game since 2016. Of that number, 2.3 watched it streaming. And I think that total audience would have been a lot bigger if the game hadn't been a blowout. You know, I mean, at halftime, Dallas was up 24-6. But either way, a big game for NBC, and they're pretty excited about that. But how about that? A blowout still draws over 26 million people.
Eagles are struggling a little bit right now.
Yeah, they face two pretty good teams, I would say.
Got some injuries. They're struggling a little bit.
They need to run the damn ball.
Yeah,
God, I said that last week, too. Run the damn ball. Anyway, here's what's on tap tonight. It's Titans and Dolphins. That is on ESPN. Packers and Giants, ABC. Coming up at 5 o'clock. The Yotes at the Sabres on Cox Channel 95. Tomorrow, Warriors and Suns are playing on TNT, and then it'll be a back-to-back for the Yotes as they'll be at Pittsburgh to face the Penguins. So that's what's on tap. Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day is...
Does the winning of the in-season tournament by the Lakers make them the favorite to win the NBA title? You can go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and vote yes or no / it's still Denver. Well, no / it's still Denver, 85%, and yes, 15%. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter, and you can vote as well.
So there you have it. Jimmy, you know...
What, man? What? I'm here.
I'm ready.
A
story. We didn't get one today.
You didn't get a story?
I mean, every day we get a story. Story time with Jimmy.
You were going to go down around the Super Bowl with the Super Bowl Shuffle in '85.
The
Bears and Patriots.
Here's an interesting story. I was in New Orleans.
We will determine.
Okay, fair enough.
Get to the story.
Fair enough. I was in New Orleans for that game that they blew out New England. And so I'm down on Bourbon Street after I had done all my live TV stuff.
Family show, Jimmy. Careful.
Yep, I am. And who do I run into but Willie Gault?
The receiver.
Yes.
Hell of a wide receiver.
Yes, he was.
Just the night before the game?
No.
The day of the game?
No.
After the game.
No, it was like Wednesday. And
Wednesday, week of.
Yes, Wednesday, week of. And it's probably 8 o'clock at night. And I'm with a couple other guys, and we've done all of our live TV things, and we're cruising down Bourbon, and we started to walk into this one place, and coming out is a couple of players. One of them happens to be Willie Gault. So I'm doing my show live the next day from the Media Hotel, and I just happened to ask Willie, hey, since I'm going to be on live, if you don't have anything tomorrow at about 5 o'clock, you want to come by? And so he kind of hesitated, and I said, I'll only keep you for a minute or two. And he says, okay, I'll come by. So I call the station the next morning, tell him I got Willie Gault. Willie Gault comes by. Who does he bring with him? Jim McMahon.
The punky QB.
Yep. So I had them both on that day, and that's the story.
And I am sure when Jim McMahon was here,
yes,
for our kickoff,
well,
of
you
this
didn't
season,
you didn't let me come.
You probably talked to him and said, "Hey, do you remember?"
I might have reminded him of that.
I think
you weren't here?
No, he wasn't here.
No, you guys kicked me out.
Why wouldn't you just show up?
Because you
said
said
a team effort.
I understand that, and I offered to come, but I hosed the place the last time I was here.
Dude,
all the lights went out, nothing worked.
That is true.
You told me never to
Aaron
come
Rodgers
back.
went down because
because of me.
Jimmy
So
B.
Jimmy B's fault. That's all I have to blame for this season,
Yes.
Jimmy B?
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know that.
absolutely.
That's it.
Also, I'm getting feedback on the story. Feedback on that story.
We thought there's some juice to that
No,
story,
there was
Jimmy.
nothing
that was
to
a
it. That was it.
We
D-
thought some
minus
about
story there from
Bourbon
Jimmy B.
Street and
I'll bring you pictures.
I mean, I was at the Super Bowl when it was the Packers and the Broncos.
Okay.
In New Orleans, I think
Yeah.
that's where I was at 5.
I think
6
your
of
Faith Hill story is a little more exciting than Jimmy's.
Oh, Faith Hill is a great story.
Oh, it's a great
But
story.
anyway,
I mean,
I'll tell you that. I don't need to bore people on the air like,
I was,
like Jimmy's story.
You asked me.
I would tell you
was
Jimmy
just
something
saying.
better.
I was just saying. I didn't
But here
say
on
it was
the
a great story.
38-year anniversary of the Super Bowl Shuffle, it was appropriate for you to do that. So we are okay with that.
okay. And the thing about that whole Super Bowl Shuffle,
Yeah.
that was brazen. It was
Yes.
pompous. It
Yes.
was like we're winning this.
Yep.
Super Bowl Shuffle as a month and a half before the actual game. And aside from the hiccup against the Miami Dolphins, which was their lone loss in Miami,
Yep.
they crushed everybody going to the Super Bowl. I'll never forget that Rams game. They beat them in Chicago. Was it 99-2 or something like
It
that?
felt like it.
The Dieter Brock led LA Rams.
Oh, Dieter Brock
and
out of the Canadian Football League.
and they're surprised they didn't they destroyed the Patriots. And the thing that I think a lot of Bears fans, a lot of his fans will always remember is that Walter Payton, after all the years he told, did not score
correct
in the Super Bowl, and the big fella scored versus him.
Well, the Fridge scored, and that's the one thing that Mike Ditka has been on record saying that he regretted was not giving the ball to Peyton, and he gave it to the Fridge instead.
But Fridge was such a
He
big
was
personality.
He was a big, huge story.
Hey,
Yep.
tomorrow we will be out at the Barrio Queen in
40.
Avondale, thanks to our friends at El Bandino Yankee Tequila. Looking forward to that. We'll have some ASU coverage tomorrow, too, about what's going on in the transfer portal with Kevin Turner.
30.
We also got Mr. Vandenbosch joining us, as he does on Tuesday.
And we'll give
and
Glenn
Bob
Howell
McManaman.
and Glenn Howell a little more love tomorrow with that U of A thing.
All
Is he,
right.
getting his whole, is he getting his segment? He's getting his
He's
segment?
gonna get his.
Let's
Is he
go.
really? Yes, he is.
But we want to talk basketball with U of A now.
We'll do that Wednesday.
Do you have somebody else?
Yeah,
like
we
a basketball
Wednesday.
guy?
Yes, we do.
Steve
10.
Rivera?
That's Steve Rivera. And,
Good.
yeah, we
All right.
So we thought we'd give him a little love since they had
5.
such a great season.